Hey, Trond. Hey, Em. If anyone wants to come up on screen, I'll send the link out in a sec. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Bored, so I thought we'd jump on, see what's going on, eat my dinner, late night live. Who doesn't love that? Hey, hey. You all right? Everyone, oh, Chaz. Oh, my God. Here we go.
I thought you knew I was there because I was just there, just waving, and you waved it back. So I thought
you all right, mate?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, Jackie.
I got some new additions. I'll show you pictures.
Is this the Catelids?
Yeah. There you go.
Hold on.
That's the pictures because I don't have them in the room with me at the moment.
Oh, they're cool, mate.
Yeah. They're the giant Floridas.
So where did you get them? You ordered them at Seas, or did you just speak to someone at Seas?
It was after Seas.
Oh, right, okay.
It was just somewhat like a private person on Facebook.
Right, okay. Because didn't you have Catelids before?
Yeah, I had the dragon-headed, but they were obviously when I got them, they were already adults. So
Yeah, they don't live very long, do they?
no, so obviously I had them as adults, and obviously
Yeah.
at least like a few months later.
Yep.
I lost them.
Yeah, and it happens though, doesn't it? When you get those things, they're weird animals. Very strange.
But now I've got obviously the four new ones. So
I do apologise to everyone because it always seems that when I'm on stream or do it on any live stream, I'm always eating. But I normally just getting in from work or getting in from something that I've been running somewhere, and then I get in and I have to eat. No. I am very tempted, I will say, I'm very tempted next week when I go live to actually put my Avix together on the live stream. But as it's my first ever pairing of any spiders, I'm also extremely conscious of the fact that could be the worst idea that I've ever come up with in the history of my 47 years on planet Earth. I haven't even seen them drumming or anything yet, so I don't know. Could be interesting.
You want to come out or no?
I thought, as I'd got in from work late and I missed most of Leah's, and Leah's finished at 10, I just thought to myself, we'll chuck up another live stream just to keep the party going.
Don't have to. Okay, you can say that. That mantis clearly didn't want to party with us.
You got any stick insects?
No.
No, right. Have you used that bottle I gave you yet?
Yeah.
All right. Does it work all right? Is it okay?
Yeah, I've used it for my scorpion because obviously I didn't want to. Because that thing, anytime I go near it, is brutal.
What scorpion did you get?
I got the
Selinus.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
How big is it?
it was like that, I think.
Did you get that off Tim? Or
I
did you
got
get
it
it?
off Tony.
Oh, right, okay. What, Venomous Visions, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. Yeah, I saw he had a few over there. I got
I
a.
got it the exact same time you gave me the bottle.
I know I saw you with it, but I didn't know where you got it from because you just
Yeah.
showed me very quickly. Yeah, I got the. I got
Yeah.
from Tony. I got a the Palmatus, which is the old Israelite gold, the old
Is it that? Is it a bad thing that I misplaced the bottle you gave me after using? Oh, was that? Found it.
I've got loads, mate. So, what's the next show you're going to, Chaz?
Probably won't be for a while now.
Are you going to? Are you going to the London one?
Maybe, but
Because that's April. That's not too far. Like, it's not too much further away, is it? It's just around the other side of London for you.
Yeah.
And then you've
It's
also
just obviously for me, it's just obviously getting the train there and like finding the right station.
oh, it'd be a nightmare on a Sunday as well.
Yeah. If anything, if I did, probably be a night before trip and see.
You're going to BTS, are you? Or you're not
Probably
sure about that one either?
not sure because obviously again,
Yeah, it's a long way, isn't it?
considering C's was only was like 55 minutes, not that.
All right, okay. You're further south, aren't you, than C's?
I'm southeast,
Yeah.
but if you look on the map, obviously when down that bit, I am right by the sea area.
Yeah.
So basically any show.
Easy to push you in the water.
I mean, if I look out my window, if I look that way in the distance, I could see the sea from where I am.
All right.
If I look out the window, obviously there's a lot of houses in the way and stuff still, but
Yeah. Be good if you got to another show before Brighton, though, wouldn't it?
yeah. I'm thinking maybe Bristol, if yeah.
Is that just because of everyone going to Bristol, is it?
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to be at quite a lot of them this year, though. I think the shows are going to be quite well attended by the group anyway.
I mean, C's was quite.
That was ridiculous. It was far too busy.
It was busy. It was busy, but obviously, let's just say I may or may have not had a certain some. Was just a random person that we don't know just have a go at me for no reason. Yeah.
What, at the show?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just say I got excited when I got this one here, and I accidentally knocked into someone, and I apologized, and they kind of was like, they came over to me. I was like, "Oh, when you next push into someone, make sure you apologize." And I was like, "Well, I did." And then I just left it there. But June was like, "It's busy, so anyone would."
I wouldn't worry about it, Chaz. See, this is the advantage of me being older, ugly, got a beard, tattoos, because if I accidentally barge into someone, no one tends to say anything.
Yeah. And this is why I like having friends at the show, so that I like obviously know me and whatnot.
Yeah, I get it.
But also, for like example, like Aussie, Amna, and Leah. Anytime I was overwhelmed, I just went behind their stall and stuff, whatnot.
Yeah. Did you have a look at any of the stuff on the stand that was next to Amna at all? You know, the one that she had the cards, didn't she? Do you remember? Did you see that?
Yeah, I had that, but also apparently, Amna was saying that she didn't sell many at all.
Oh, right. Yeah, she didn't sell much. Connor bought something from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor bought something from her. Seemed like quite a nice lady, but
Yeah, anytime I went past, she was like, "Oh, what have you got now?" Because obviously, it was to her almost like anytime I went past, I bought something new. Well, I had something new on me. She was both her and him, and I was like,
I'm hoping I won't get feedback on this at the moment. There we go. Right.
"Hi, Susan." Ha! Jackie.
Ah, check this out. Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
You all right?
Jackie, your comment.
Which one? Bloody hell, I've said loads.
The last one, the only one that I've seen.
Oh, Grandad Matt, yeah.
I mean, at least you're telling the truth, right?
Emma!
Wait, it's another
Hello.
man.
No.
It's not two.
Ooh.
Oh, look, I'm seeing double.
Eyes hurt. Shit. No. Emma, you need to come on. Mike ordered us fry-ups in the morning. I'm still stuffed. Whoops. You all right, Susan? Got my hair tied up at the moment because I'm going to go in the other room after. Not yet, though.
How are you, Jackie? I haven't spoken to you in a while.
Yeah, I'm okay. I just, I've been sorting out things because I had a diagnosis that I've got a curved spine. So I'm like,
Ouch.
yeah, not nice at all. And here's me thinking it were what the doctors thought it was, sciatica, and it isn't. It's like, ew. The one that's in the, what was it now I saw? The x-ray last week. I'm just like, oh my God, look at the state of that spine. So how long's it been like that? I don't bloody know. It's not, it's been gradual. I reckon it's been gradual over the years. And I'm like, well, I'm about 5'6" now, so I'll end up gaining height. Yay! Happy days.
Jackie, have I ever told you that you're hilarious?
Oh, thanks. So, yeah, I'll be like, yes, I'll be the same height as my oldest daughter, because my oldest daughter's taller. Oh, 4 of my kids are all taller than me, and it's just not fair.
What? Oh, I hate my life right now.
Cool.
I may or may have not just spilled water that I was going to pour into spray all over myself.
Yeah, that happens. You're not the first or the last person it happens to. Yeah, Emma, I've been told I've got to wait to go and see a spine surgeon, but also got to go for an MRI or whatever the fuck it's called. I've got to go for one of them to see if there's anything going on. So, it's joys.
This
So,
is the female. This is the female that I'm potentially pairing.
oh, sugar. Yeah, you're going to pair them, aren't you?
I've got this female here as well, which we're not sure whether it's big enough or not yet.
Well, if she starts sending little signs and she starts, you know, giving,
Here's boyfriend number 1.
Yeah, then you can then you can message us with all the I won't say that.
Boyfriend number 2 on the door here.
Ooh,
I say it to
And then
my
boyfriend number 3 on this one.
cool.
Ah,
Oh, he don't look ready. The other two do.
Twatting
Stop.
myself.
Chaz, calm down, please.
Is yeah, the 2 male. I mean, all the males have eaten. The female, one of the females is definitely big enough. It's just a case of I haven't seen her sort of reacting at all, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've got to get.
Because I heard yesterday when people were saying putting pheromones in different tanks and all the rest of the malarkey.
I've got to definitely definitely try and figure it out. But I might put what I might do is I might move. I've got the 2 females up on that shelf just there, and this
You're going to put them close together, aren't you?
I might put one of the females down on the low shelf and move a couple of the males up. So then I've got females and males sort of all around the place.
Yeah, sending off little smoke signals basically in cat form, in tarantula form.
What I could do is where I've got the female there, I could move the other enclosures off that shelf, move the female right across, and put all the males in between, because then they're all going to be on the same shelf, and that means that would work. At least then I'll be able to get an eye on it.
Do it.
Yeah, I might do that. Let's do that. Let's move them.
Do it.
Try and get them drumming up, shall we?
Yeah, no time like the present.
I'm not going to be pairing them tonight, but
no, but at least get them interested in known to each other, sending smoke signals basically. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Give you guys some light on the situation while I'm over
I've got
here.
this one, it sees.
All right, cool.
I feel like it's my new favourite one. Is that a little bit?
Sugar, I've got to check on all the baby mantises I've got. Got loads at the moment.
This one's stunning though.
In a minute, kids, I'll let you out.
This is probably the most light-sensitive tarantula I own. This is my Pokey Miranda, and it is an absolute schizo.
This one only found out that it's an adult and has wings. So now, anytime it has had,
it's gonna die early. That's no bloody good.
Yeah, it's only just figured out it has wings, and it decided to, fly up. Well, forward.
Why is it a male? Mind you, I know female. Some females can fly as well.
No, it's a female.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're like, whoa.
Yeah, some of them don't fly that well. They sort of like glide, don't they?
Yeah. That's what this one does.
Right.
Flies it almost falling in style.
Oh yeah, according to Buzz Lightyear.
I've got no idea how close they really need to be to sense each other.
Well, you'll soon find out.
Apparently, this one's been. I was told this one. Well, it had it on the label as well. Apparently, this not going anywhere. You not going on my shoulder.
I know. I'd still be annoyed though. You've just bought something and it's an adult now, and it's like, well, you've only got not long with it. It's gonna be. I'd be well pissed off. Really.
I mean, all good things come to an end, right?
That's why you won't.
Yeah,
see
I know. But you still want to spend a bit of time with it, a bit longer than.
That's why I always like try and get it out when I can, because I know soon this one would.
We got to. This is why I prefer getting them as babies. I get everything as babies.
This one was paired apparently, so.
Right.
So
hang on, how could it have been paired if it's only just?
No, I got it as an adult.
Oh right, no, I couldn't. Unless you had the male and the female together, I'd understand. If they were a breeding pair.
I got it as an adult, but it was labelled as mated, incubated.
Right.
She lays because we'll see.
Oh, it's all right. She could basically lay some more oofers then. Yeah, that's different.
It'll be nice for me because I've never had that. Because obviously where I want to, obviously I've wanted to and stuff. And it's either the male, like it's always like the males like
mature before the females and die off early. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I tried like a couple of months ago. I tried it with 2 units. I had 2 units, male and female. The female, by the time the female
matured, the male had already passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well, then I got some more babies, but I'm gonna have to check on them later.
More
Springboks. I've still got some more Springboks. She had a load of them, and she's still got loads of oofers. So I keep spraying. I keep seeing babies. I'm like, shit, not more.
What species is it?
Springbok. Hold on, I'll put it in chat and spell it out
Is
for
it
you.
is there a tarantula or mantis?
It's a mantis.
Well-
Did you watch what's his name? The Mantis Gardens YouTube.
No,
When I was on it.
no.
Right, well, a couple of videos ago, I was on it, and it was some of the mantises I've got, and they're really, they're so tiny, it's unbelievable. But they can have babies without a male.
Oh wow.
And the female that I've got left, because I had two other females, they passed. She's still alive, and I've been spray. I always, you spray them as usual, and I looked, and I'm like, more babies. So I was taking them out of her enclosure, and she's still alive.
If you ever get any other females, put me a message. I'll be happy to take a few off if you wanted to get.
Well, I'm going to see because I've got more babies. I've put them all on the tub and been just throwing in springtails at the moment. So I've got to check on to see if any.
That's the video you want.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, if it had come to a point where you wanted to get rid of some babies, feel free to.
I'll let you know, because when I had a load before, and I went down from about 20 to about 12, and then it went down again, and I ended up with 3 females at one point, and they'd all laid.
Look at that.
One lot didn't hatch, but the other lot did, and that's who Mantis Garden Simon's got 6 of them, but one turned out to have an isopod in it, which I didn't know. It means them little sods have been escaping. And then so he's down to 5. Then he said to me yesterday, he says, I can't. I think I've only got 4 left. I'm like, look again. You know how tiny they are. And then later on, yeah, I found it.
It's quite a good video, that one of Simon's. Though it's just I couldn't believe it when he sits there and goes, "Okay, so I've lost all the footage."
Yes, he'd lost all the footage, so I get some message, and I'm like, right, I will go in the other room and do a video. But the thing is, I'm meant to be changing rooms, but it's going to be an absolute ball ache, because I'm going to be taking everything downstairs, because I got a bigger reception room, bigger than the spare bedroom, so I need to take everything downstairs and set it all up again. And but it's a better floor though, because it's not that stupid carpet. There's carpet in that room because obviously it's a bedroom, and in the reception room it's all laminated. So I mean, taking it all down, it's easier to clean then.
Ems is not coming on because she's had too much to drink.
No, she's got a morphine hangover. Basically, it's the medication or give her a headache. So she's feeling a bit like shite.
She's been a bit rubbish all day, hasn't she? I'm just hoping that this, with my roof being all crap and me actually having to get my roof replaced, that I'm hoping that this year the temperatures stabilise a bit better in the summer, because we're having all the heat protection put on it. Because otherwise, this lot last year had to go downstairs, and I only had probably half of what I've got now. So it was okay going into the dining room. All this went downstairs, and all the books from downstairs came up here. But this year, I wouldn't be. I don't think I'll be able to swap it all around, because I've got the racking over this side as well. So it'd be a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't blame you. At least you know where you were losing your heat then.
Yeah. The heat, all the heat shield stuff is completely gone. So we're getting all the stuff from the sun's just baking it in the summer, and in the winter it's just disappearing.
Oh shit!
I've put 2 of the males up on that shelf. You can probably see this. That one there is a male, and that one there is a male. Oh, by chest. Yeah, I'll go on big screen for easier. So we've got, that's a male there. That's a male there.
Oh yeah.
That's a female there. And then a female there. And then just literally down here, that's also a male, but I can't. He's in a massive 5-litre bra plaster, so I can't get him on the. I can't get him on the big screen on the upstairs on that shelf, unfortunately, because otherwise I wouldn't have anywhere to put the pokies and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a couple of the oven clothes I don't really want to move. I'm not moving these 2 at the back here, because these 2 have got feather leg and a poultry in, and every time I touch them, they get the ump.
I don't know. I've got a funny feeling, but I don't see it very often. It's my feather leg. I'm sure it's male, but I can't bloody see anything, and it's not shed in ages. And I'm sure the last shed it had, it just destroyed it. What the fuck?
That's my molt. That's my feather leg has just deposited that out the front of his enclosure today.
Oh, nice.
So I'm letting it soak for an hour or so, and then I'll get it out and see if his abdomen's all intact, and I'll sex it then. That was a gift from Mark, so.
Oh yeah, I think I remember. No,
Yeah.
the one that I got it from a baby. Basically,
okay.
nearly all of mine have been growing on slings, except for the one that I got off Emma. And what was the other one? I think I got one from Spa Spiders.
Yeah.
Which one was it now? I can't fucking remember. But it's one of the spiders I've already got, and all the rest of them have all been growing on sling. You know, got more of slings and grew them all up.
It is satisfying when you can do that. It is satisfying you can do that. I've got a few that I've sort of grown. That's why I'm gutted, because I don't know if you saw on one of my videos, my Purians that's got all its like legs are all mangled.
Yeah.
It's never moved. It's never moved ever since I've had it. It's never moved properly, so it's always had a problem. But I've had 7 molts with it now, and this is the first molt that everything's gone wrong. And it's got 3 broken legs, but when it moves, it almost like it drags itself like a zombie with no legs across the enclosure using its pedipalps. But every time I put food in there, it drags itself to the food, lays on it, and eats. And it's drinking water, so I'm not gonna euthanize it, because it's doing
it's
stuff.
functioning.
It's basically fighting to survive. So I'm gonna give it the chance. But the next molt's going to be the telling one, because it'll either molt successfully and potentially be better,
or
it'll die. Yeah, and if it passes in the molt, then
it's happened
so
naturally. Yeah.
But I'm not going to do anything with it. It's 7 molts in, and it is still probably this big. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed we can get it through. But we'll see. I mean, it's molted every 2 months, so I've got probably another month yet until I find out one way or the other. But every couple of days I look at it and I'm thinking that hasn't moved in a day. Maybe it's gone, and then I'll look
you tap it and then you realise it's still
around the other side of the enclosure. So yeah, funny little things, aren't they? This is meant to be a nice, relaxing, not very stressful hobby.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it doesn't work out that way, does it?
Yeah.
It is. It's probably the most stressful thing that I've done, even though it's not meant to be. But hey.
Oh no, I think them fucking them hawk moth things that I had, still got them. Just they were fucking hell, they're a ball, like having to go. Well, I weren't sending the other half out because I bought some bleak pruning shears, and I'd be like, "There you go, we need privet."
Yeah. Oh, some of them are fussy things, aren't they? I mean, I've got these stick insects, right? And if I don't put a bramble from a certain bush in this village in there, they just won't eat. And we've got a forest down the road, we've got fields, we've got farmland, we've got blackberry bushes all over the place. They just won't eat, except for this one horrible manky bush between these 2 houses. And every time I go down there, it's late at night. I've got my torch out, my knife, and I'm in there. And these people are looking out their window like, what is that guy doing between our houses? It's like, sooner or later, I'm either going to get the old bill come down, or they're going to come out.
What are you doing? Yeah. It's like, I'm taken from this bush. If you want to check, I've got nothing else. Sounds weird, doesn't it? I've got bush.
Oh, what's Emma talking about there? What's she talking about? She's got her OBT DCF. That's the one you got from her, is it? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The King Goma.
Oh yeah. I've still, bloody hell, they're still going. They're fine. Then OBTs don't bother me. They're fine.
I've got
3 now.
I've got 1, 2. I did have 4. I've got 3.
Yeah,
so
I've got 3.
I've got an RCF and 2 UMVs, and it's weird. I had 2 because there's I don't know if you follow him, but Southern Tarantulas. His name's George. He lives in Kent. He got an egg sac from 2 UMVs. He'd never bred anything before, so he jumped straight into the deep end with the OBTs, and he had a really, really big egg sac. And Bug Hut took a load from him, and a couple of other sellers took some from him, and he gifted me a couple. But I had one of them that was eating okay, and then it just passed away. And the other one wasn't eating, but it still going on. And it is
weird
the size of a grain of sand. It still doesn't eat very regularly, but I've got another one from that egg sac now. I got it from Bug Hut, and it's about 5 times the size. But this little one still won't eat properly, but it's drinking, it's moving around. But I've got an RCF as a gift as well. All my bloody OBTs are gifts. But the RCFs
People are just trying to always get rid of them. That's why. I don't know why. It's nothing wrong with them.
the worst part about the RCF, I'll show you the enclosure. Doesn't matter what I do to this enclosure.
It trashes it.
Mold.
Oh, shit.
Even though it is as bone dry in there.
Oh, I know. I've got some that is dry and I've got mold, and I'm like, what the fuck's this shit going on?
Yeah, how and why? But I think I've got like all right, okay. Ems does want to come on. All right.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
yeah, it doesn't bother me, like, or I don't understand how. I've got this, I think what it is, I've got this one block of cocoa fiber, right?
Oh god.
Literally had mold in it, I think. Right, where's it? Where is she? There she is.
I might just change the substrate because I got some, what the fuck should I buy? Topsoil and the other stuff. Was it peat? Not peat. That's without peat. The compost, but it's all peat free and all the rubbish. So I got two big stacks and just mixing them together now.
Oh, I hate cocoa fiber, but I had a
I
load
haven't
of
got
it.
any now.
I've never had a problem with it until that one block, and that one block's just put me off for life.
Yeah, they seem to do that. You get the odd one, and then it's like, really? So I've just don't bother with it.
Why? You looking forward to the weekend?
Well, if we're still going, yeah. But I've just bought some stuff of Jeremy now.
You saw his list, did you?
Yeah.
What did
Well,
you get?
I was already wanting orange isopods. I wanted orange thingamajigs.
Yep, springtails.
Yeah, I got some of them now. So, and then I did actually buy some isopods off him. I think it was the orange Dalmatians or something like that. So I bought them and two of them little wood scorpions, or got them as well. So then I'll be up to 5 scorpions then.
Oh, what's that?
I can never remember the names, but I've got all the names on a thingy on this phone that I'm using. So that's the only way I remember, because I've got all the lists on my phone, which I'm using now. And obviously, if I go in the other room, then I've obviously got everything with the labelled and all the rest of it.
I was going to see if this is not working why is it not working? No, there we go. Does work.
And what else? And I've got a few tarantulas in there that are growing up, like the two, what the hell are they called? Balfouris. I got them as babies, both off Dave. Yeah, I don't know whether they're male or female, I don't really care. They're both in separate tanks anyway. And they're both doing great.
That was my first old world. I'd only been having tarantulas for a couple of months. We went up to So Many Legs because he's up in Thetford and it's only about 40 minutes from me. So we drove up there just before Seas last year, and we were going to just buy this Avic, and we bought an Avic, an Albiceps, and when we on the way out, we just decided to pick up a Balfouri as well. It's like I shat myself literally getting that out.
But did you get them as slings or did you get them as adults?
It was the Balfouri was
juveniles.
No, the Balfouri was probably about 2 centimeters, like DLS.
Oh no, it was smaller than that when I got them off Dave. I got them. What else did I get off him? I got 2 Avics.
Yeah.
Got 2 of them. And what was the other one? The Brazilian jeweled.
Yeah, the Celadonia.
Not the Celadonia. The other one.
The Sazamai. Was that no?
Because that's the Brazilian blue.
Yeah. What's the other one? Not the diamond one.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Oh, the D Diamante CCCCC.
It's got the name of the Y on it, hasn't it? The
Versities.
The Versities, yeah. I've got 2 of them off him as well. They're all growing great. They're doing great. And I'm sure I got another 2 off him. I got another Earth Tiger, the one that's usually a lunatic.
Can Kraken?
No, I've got them. I've got one of them, but it's not that.
Which one is it?
It won't be the SP Rufus, because they're lovely.
No, I've got one of them as well, and I got that off Dave as well, I think. What else? Oh shit, what's it called? I'd have to look on my phone. Hang on.
Is it a Syrupagopus one? like the old Haplopelma. Like it used to be Haplopelma, now they're Siripagabus. A lot of them are earth tigers, aren't they?
Oh, bloody hell. Let me have a quick look. Hold on. I hate it when I fucking. See, I've got a brain like
I got another Balfouri. I got that off Bethany, and I got 2 Samanis and a Balfouri from her, and they're all nut jobs. When she says she's got naughty spiders, she's not wrong.
Oh no, mine have been okay. So I don't understand. All right, what have we got?
Hey, you Emma.
Yeah, not
I
bad.
can look.
Thank you.
Asian fawn. No, I've got 2 of them. Baboon. No. That's it. Imra. Sun tiger.
Oh,
Venezuela sun tiger.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's Sama
Samapeus. Yeah.
Erminia.
Yeah, and then I've got 2 of them anyway. But the other one now, it's got a couple of inches on it now. That's baby. But I mean, I got my first one. The other one's like, I think it's nearly fully grown because it shed again the other day. I've just they're great when they're adults. Just when the bloody slings are lunatics.
Yeah.
I think when I had the second one out, and I was just moving it, and like just went straight all the way around the outside of the bloody tank, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh fuck! And then afterwards, disappeared. I'm like, right, it's obviously gone. I've lost it. So I'm there getting ready to pull this bloody enclosure apart. Next minute, see his legs. Like, shit, it's still in there. Quick, get the lid on.
No, I've got this thing, right? You're not going to see anything here. I don't know why I'm bothering showing this, but this is C. lividus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
oh, God.
Is that the Corbett blue or something?
Yeah. But this thing, as soon as you go near the lid, it comes up the side onto the lid and just does laps around the lid. And it's like, I can't take the lid off to get to it. So
oh my God. I've heard them.
Guys,
even as adults.
I could, the cobalt blue was Mike's favourite spider, right?
Yeah.
So I bought him an adult female.
Oh.
I have got the most belting video of housing that motherfucker. It was one of them, right? Mike's got it there and he's got the paintbrush, tickling her bum, not moving whatsoever.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
So he's still tickling her bum. The next minute, phew!
Night, buddy.
And I mean, absolute.
Night,
I screamed. Told ya. God's honest truth.
Oh,
He was
my
like,
God.
oh my God. The video is hilarious.
You know, the stupid thing is, right? Everyone panics about the old worlds just possibly because of the potential of the fact that they've got the more potent venom. Everyone knows they're quick, and they do. I mean, I had I fed my Vietnam Blue yesterday, my little sling, and it come up the sling vial, up the tongs, slapped the tongs, and then ran back down its burrow. So I think if I'd reacted, it wouldn't have gone back into its vial. It would have gone onto the table somewhere. But because I stayed perfectly still, it came up. It knew where to retreat to. So as soon as it did that, it's just jumped back again.
Basically, it's a little threat, like to say, "That's it now."
Yeah,
alone, bitch. I'm going back down there now.
Well, I was nowhere near the cobalt blue. I was just filming. But she was being so stubborn, and then all of a sudden did this run out of nowhere. I shit my. I'm going back a couple of years now, like right when it was in the beginning and stuff.
Yeah.
I absolutely shit myself. And Mike's just there, chilled out as fuck, and I'm like, what?
I usually laugh at them when they fret pose. But I don't, like I said, I don't get it very often. They sit there, fret pose, and I'm like, really?
To be fair,
is that all you're gonna do? And then after a while, it's just like,
I have got a lot better. Back in the beginning, I did all the research. Mike did the physical stuff. But then as time went on, Mike had his leg chopped off and blah, blah. And it was like, right, I need to get more hands on here.
Do you find, though, that when they threat pose, I find it actually better because when they're threat posing, they're not running around.
No,
They
because they
sort of go
stop,
into
don't
that
they?
weird state, don't they? They go into that weird state where they're just frozen, don't they? And
Yeah,
like,
it's funny.
they're gonna
It's funny
slap-
when they do that. It's just like, right, okay, well, I'll just finish what I'm doing and we'll leave you to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I only get it not very often anymore. I just get it every now and again. Usually it's either they're just letting me know they're still there, or I don't get it as often anymore. I don't know.
I got
Well,
C. elegans in at Seas last year in my mystery box from Portsmouth Tarantulas, and I haven't seen it properly. A couple of times when I rehoused it after Seas, it ran off on the carpet in the lounge.
Oh
Then
shit!
it's hidden in its enclosure ever since, and it came out the other day and it looked like it had molted. It was quite thin on the abdomen, so I put a mealworm in there with it, and the thing's bolted out of the enclosure and run across my desk. Now it was as dark as it is over this sort of area
Oh
at that
shit!
point, and it was just like up over all the enclosures and stuff. I'm like flipping it. Never had that with any of my old worlds or anything like that. Only this bloody new world. Pain in the ass.
had that with we had that with a Cambridge eye.
Yeah, they're fun.
It was a juvie, but in this house got really high ceilings.
Yeah, same.
And in the pet room, obviously we've got shelves all the way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one done one, then all of a sudden it appeared, and it was just doing zoomies round the top of the walls as if it was just in a giant enclosure.
Yeah.
And it finally came down. It was gone. It was 5 days. It finally came. Must have been hungry. Came down the wall, and that's when like Mike caught it. And we got the little bugger back in. But yeah, it was just doing zoomies around the top of the walls.
You're good,
I
Scott.
don't, mine used to spaz out every time, go absolutely ballistic. You'd open the tank and they would have a fret post. But now it's just like, you're okay in there. But I think that's an adult as well. I think it could be because it's like lighter in colour. I think it's a male. I'm not too sure.
I struggled. My one it molted in end of July, August time, and I couldn't see the hooks on it at all. And I was sort of sitting there on a couple of lives showing it to people, and it was only when Danielle and Lewis sort of spotted and said, no, that's a mature male. Look at the size of his boxing gloves. He's loaded up. And then it's like it actually worked out quite well because then Leah was like, oh, actually, I've got a female. So she's now got the male. So that could be a nice little story in the next few months anyway.
I've got a look, but it's not that. It means I'll have to get it out of the tank to have a good look to see if there's any boxing gloves. So that would be fun.
Does he not sit out on the glass at all then?
No, because he's already in the tall thing anyway.
Oh, right.
So he's always out all the time. So it's
Jackie.
hard because it's not glass, it's plastic, isn't it? It's one of them ones got a top on and you turn it. It's from after that one.
Okay, because
Jackie, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you. You know that Kigoma that I sent you?
The what? Oh yeah.
The OBT.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I had to disturb all its cork back and everything to pack it up.
Yes.
Wasn't until afterwards one of my kids said to me, Mum, is there a spider still in there? And I said, no, it's gone now. Mum, there's a spider still in there. It molted.
All right. Fucking hell.
I didn't even know.
Didn't look any lighter in colour.
I don't know when it molted.
Could have been ages ago then, because yeah.
But like you say, fingers crossed it is a female for you, because
yeah, I've already got one. Yeah, because I got another one. I'm sure it's male, the other one, so we'll soon find out.
I've had I think the change in weather the last couple of weeks, I've had quite a few molts. Like,
yeah, same.
Definitely has made it
recently, because the one that I got from Spiders, the Apostophis, I can never say it.
Yep.
That's molted again. It's doing great, that one. I bloody jaws when it goes inside its coconut. Because if it's not, it was actually out this time, but every now and again I'll be there with the bloody roach going, gone. It's like, bloody hell.
So fast, aren't they? They're lightning quick. And it's weird. It's like some people pronounce that like apophysis. I've heard it pronounced apophysis. So many different ways.
No, Apostophis. Atafnas. It's like saying the way it's spelled, and sometimes they don't always.
When you hear it one way and then you hear it another way, it sounds wrong. But then when you start hearing it the other way a lot, you start saying it that way, and then you can't go back to the way you were saying it. It's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, they are lightning fast because sometimes I'll do that and I'll wave them, and sometimes it's by the leg, and the next minute I'm holding on the tongues. There's still a leg there, and I'm like,
oh, they're vicious as well, aren't they?
it happens with a few tarantulas. It's funny, and I was just like, yes, I've still got a leg here. Well, at least I know it's gone now. That was it. The one I was on about, the one that I didn't have as a little one, H. gigas.
Oh yeah, the H. gigas, Histocatus gigas or Histocrates.
Yeah,
gigas.
that's the one. Well, I've got two of them anyway, but one I'd already grown up from a little small sling anyway, but the other one was just like about a couple of inches, and they've been great.
So when Scott and Steve did a rescue job of a collection from a guy in Ipswich, that was basically like, I need these gone, they both actually had a sort of scratch their heads and gifted me this big one. It's a menace, but I actually met it molted the other day, and it was really weird. It molted on my birthday, and then my baby sling that I've also got also molted. But she's turned out to be female with this. You probably saw the video I put in the WhatsApp, the spermifica on it. It's like a couple of palm trees.
Oh yeah. They did look huge, didn't they?
Yeah. And but I fought for the molt because as I went to put the tongs in to get the molt out, she's grabbed the back end of the molt, and we had this tug of war for a while with the molt.
But have you had a tug of war with the water bowl yet?
The water bowl's in the bottom of the enclosure, so I've lost.
No. I mean, have you had with any of them, any tarantulas, tug of war with water balls? Because I have. No,
I haven't, because most of them either leave it where it is or they bury it. So it's either one or the other thing. I haven't got anything where they sort of want to fight. The only one that does get funny with its water bowl is it's the one Emma gave me.
I was going to say the only one that ever did it with me is the Carapuensis that Matt got.
You try and put water in. It doesn't move the water bowl because I've got a glass one in there, like the tea light thing. But as soon as you put water into it, it dives over the water bowl into the stream of water and soaks itself, and then gets angry at you because it's wet.
Thinks everything is food.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. That's funny.
See, I did tell you. He's brilliant, though, and you wouldn't believe me.
But I can open the front of the enclosure. It's literally just there. Actually, I can open the enclosure, and he sits, or he or she sits there quite happily. I can have the enclosure open and get food out. It's not a problem. But the water bowl, I was going to put the water bowl at the back just so that it can go crazy at the back rather than right by the door. Might make my life easier.
That's funny. You've got a video of that. That'd be freaking hilarious.
Hey, JJ.
No, when it molted.
Hi, JJ. Hi, Spider King.
I fed it first, and then when I went, it had the extra large locust in its mouth. I went to get the mole. Nope, ran straight.
It's I think the reason it was so calm when I actually rehoused it was because obviously when it got delivered, it was sort of borderline that coldness, wasn't it, overnight? And obviously the postman left it outside. So it was a little bit.
I don't know.
Special delivery wasn't so special that day. He signed for himself. He signed for it himself and left it outside.
I remember you saying he signed for it himself. What a bloody muppet!
And I had that 2 days in a running from him, but basically it was cold, so it was very, very sort of docile that evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
not so docile now, though.
No,
he's made up for it now.
But I'm hoping it'll be a female, because if it is, then we're going to have some hubba time with some Carapuensis as well.
Cool.
She just said, is it okay if she stays over at Jamie's?
Because I think
she can't.
Be a motorway.
She's not allowed.
Yeah, I didn't realise you had so many mantises actually, Jackie. To be honest, it's like
I've got a few, but I've not got as many because obviously Simon's got me female at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's got her at the moment because he's going to breed her with his male. So whatever he does.
Oh, Jackie, I knew there was something I meant to say to you. I've been meaning to say it for weeks. My memory's just shit lately.
Go on.
You know these enclosures?
Which ones?
The ones I'm sending to you, dickhead.
Oi, bitch! Sorry. Automatic reflex.
I'm
Live and hold them.
I'm gonna take them apart.
All right, so they'll be easier to.
Be smaller to
mail.
pack and stuff.
Oh, these are
then
the even I
I've
know
got
what these
all
are.
the,
These are the rubber band ones, aren't they?
And I've got the bags with the spare rubber bands in, so I'll just put the other rubber bands in them. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
But
I know what you mean. I know what you mean because I've had to put them together many times myself.
But what I'll do is each individual one, I'll tape those pieces together on their own, so they're not just a mishmash.
Thank God for that. I'll be sat there and it'll be a big, huge enclosure like that. I'll be like
Lego.
Sure, it's not meant to go like this. Never mind. I'll just put somebody inside it.
You can make some interesting shapes, I suppose.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean when you putting them together and everything. Because I'll be able to, if these babies do come along, because they're, like I said, they're little fragile little sots.
Yeah, what
really,
you're
really
going to do is
fragile.
Simon going to will Simon sort of grow them on a little bit until they're at a stage where they can sort of be moved around, like with a bit of sort of more guarantee that they're going to be okay. I take it you're going to have some back off him, are you?
No, he can keep them. No, he's got them sticks off me.
Right,
He bought them off me, so.
Oh, did he? All right, okay. I didn't know
whether you. I even told the thing is though when he said they were so tiny, I told him. I said, "Look, these have only just literally hatched," and I warned him. And I said, "They are tiny."
Right.
He didn't believe. I'm like, "No, they are tiny." That's why I gave him the sling pots because of how tiny they were.
Right. Okay.
And I was only afterwards looking, and he realised how bloody tiny they were. And out of the 6, but obviously one had died. One had already shed.
Hey, Alice.
Hey, Alice. Yeah.
Alice.
What are you doing with regards to the female? Because you've given him one of your females for breeding, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, it's one of them. Oh shit, what's it called?
Have you basically? Are you going to sort of? Are you going for a sort of part? Are you going to have some?
Oh yeah. I've already told my sister there's no fucking way I'm having all 300 or 400 babies or whatever. I'm like, you're having half with you. I cannot. You were told right away. I'm like, you're getting half.
It'd be good though. It'd be good to see. It's like it was a good video, sort of, and
yeah.
You're dead far away.
He knows what he's doing as well, doesn't he? So.
Oh yeah. There's only one funny problem. This is when you say the world gets a little bit smaller. Turns out it's known for years and years. One of my sons didn't even know. Only found out yesterday. It's like, oh yeah, I was talking to your son the other day on the bus. I was like,
that's weird, isn't it?
And I'm just like, really? It was just so funny. Because apparently you've been. Sorry, go on.
I didn't. When I watched the video originally, I was sort of like, and you were sort of going through and you showed all the bits where you had all your little mantis enclosures and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I didn't realise you actually had like, you haven't got loads, but you had more than more. Because I've seen your room before when you sort of were doing the videos on the roaches and stuff for me, and you sort of were just going around showing me all the bits you had.
Yeah, and the little bastards keep breeding. Yeah. Still.
I didn't realise you had that many mantis. That's cool though. That's cool.
Yeah,
no, I can't do roaches. I'm afraid.
I don't know them. Which ones was it? The ones you got, the burying ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like them. They're cute.
The Cubans, yeah. I got them off Leah. Leah and
Yeah.
Terry. Yeah.
How can anyone call roaches cute?
They are the ultimate pet hole though, because they have just disappeared into their burrow, and obviously by their name. And I've only seen you only see the food disappear, and you don't actually see them come out. But the only time they come to the surface is if you spray the top water.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that. When you sprayed it, I gave the example when they came straight up to the top.
Yeah, they did. They come up, didn't they? It's like they're funny little things. But I think there was meant to be like 8 in there, but I got 11.
11.
So I did well out of it. So hopefully,
yeah, 11. Yeah, because they usually do bung you a couple extra in because sometimes I think it covers if there's deaths and stuff like that. So it does work out right. Because if you go precisely, some of them die. You'll be like,
yeah. Talking to Leah about them, he said that they're not the easiest ones to get breeding, but once you get the setup right, they will just breed like wildfire. So, I mean, Bug Hut obviously down the road from me, have already said,
Ask
if
them.
you do get a load, we'll have some off you. And that's why I wasn't bothered about having the stick insects and things like that, because I know that Natalie will take these off me as soon as I start getting things. She takes all my hissers, my colonies now. Again, it's back up to about 500-600 hissers, and I don't want them going as feeders, so she takes them off me to sell. Like the kids around the area have them as like pets, like 2 or 3 in a enclosure sort of thing. So,
Oh, they don't stop breeding, do they?
no, well, I've had the colony for 10 years, and
Yeah, I've not had them that long. I've only had them was it a year, 2 years, and there's loads.
it's
Well,
ridiculous.
they're actually on the video that I showed of Simon's, and
Yeah.
I've got them all stacked, and they're in a big box, and they've bred like mad.
Well, ours of worst, we're in a fish tank to start with, and we moved them into a 30 by 30 by 30 Komodo, and for years they were just like maintaining. They weren't gaining numbers, they weren't doing anything. But this, when we started getting the spiders, and obviously this room was then cranked up a heat
Warmer.
a bit, obviously they just loved it and decided to put their Barry White on and go for it.
Oh yeah. And God, do they make some noise, don't they? The way they squeak.
What, for food, Scott, or for pets? Hey,
You
Tom.
do this again. I got them off you, you git. Thanks. Oh, cool. So it's all Scott's fault. It's always is Scott's fault, isn't it?
Blame Scott, as
Yeah.
always. Yes, but yeah, it's weird because I never thought I'd get into the isopods, and I never thought I'd get into the stick insects and the roaches and this, that, and the other. And that colony we had was more for Connor to study when he was younger and stuff like that. Like when he was 8, we got them at the same time. The guy gave us them. We had about 10 or 12 when he had his Royal Python. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all right. They were for him to study, but yeah, I do like the isopods, and I do like those things. It's because I think they don't take up as much space. You haven't got to constantly be rehousing them into bigger enclosures and that. I think that's the deal with them.
Unless when they have an explosion of babies, then obviously you end up selling them because everybody wants them. Because if they're not using them for what you call them, when they do the other setups, I forgot the name of it.
The bioactive and stuff.
That's the one. See, I forget like mad. It's like I bought just one Poffo plant and I put it in with me gecko. Only a small thing. Now it's starting to spread. But me and plants never work because I'm like, oh my God, what's happened here?
Yeah.
like
Phil said, if you can't keep a pothos alive, plants are definitely not for you. But
exactly. It's growing good. And I'm like, I might have to make cuttings off this thing.
What they do recommend though is if you're doing the cuttings, I was talking to MK Exotics about it, and he says that you don't want to take too many cuttings off of it too soon because otherwise you stress the entire plant out.
Oh no, I wouldn't do it. I'll just do maybe one and then see how it goes and just leave it and see if it produces roots and all the rest of the malarkey. If it doesn't, means it's done wrong. Sorry?
Yeah, quite easy to propagate, I think.
I can't even keep cactus alive.
Thomas. 200 rare and hard species to keep of plants, yet I've yet to keep a pothos alive.
I don't know. One of my mates, he turned around and said, because he said, oh yeah, I've got this huge
night, Susan.
Night, Susan. He turned around and told me that he had an aloe vera plant. I'm like, oh, I don't mind having an aloe vera plant. So yeah, that's growing well as well. Especially when you don't really need to give them that much water because they're a desert plant, and it's like, oh my God, it's alive.
Because the one plant I'm really struggling to keep alive at the moment, and it's teetering on the verge of death, is my succulent. And those things, you don't have to water them very often at all, and they normally die when you overwater them. But this thing hasn't been watered in forever. The soil's dry, but it's just, I don't know. I just can't get it right. Can't get spider plants and pothos. That's about it for me. The rest of it I can't do.
You can put spider.
When it comes to plants, I can't keep anything alive.
Can you put spider plants in with any creatures or not? I don't know.
I mean, I've got it just on my desk, but my pothos are all on my desk as well. I've not actually put them in anything yet, but I got 3 pothos at the Bristol show, and I just wanted to see how I got on with them before I started putting them into enclosures. You know, it's just the lighting's weird in this room. I've got the window comes in where I'm facing now, but it doesn't hit the rack into this side. So if I put anything in there, it's always got to be low light. So I've sort of moved the pothos into an area where it's a little bit low light to see how they get on. And if they're doing okay, then at least I know they're okay in the enclosures.
See, I've got an advantage because I've got the gecko, and obviously, we think it's a he. He has his light on anyway, so he's got the UV light. So that's why he's doing great. They're only going with certain creatures because I prefer some of my tarantulas. If they need the dark, they stay in the dark. The only time the lights go on is for the creatures that need it during the day, like the mantises, the jumping spiders. Because I counted all the jumping spiders, I've got 10 now. Like, how the hell did that happen?
They're like visceral hunters, aren't they? They need it. Sorry? They need that bright. They're visceral hunters. They need that bright light, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture actually, because I don't know if you've seen Connor's. Connor did the setup for his gecko. He's got about 3 different types of plants in there. He's got bromeliads and all sorts. It's a really good setup he did, and he's got all the isopods in there and stuff. The isopods are breeding like nuts in there. He's got the orange isopods. Oh
yeah, the orange they do breed really, really well because I've got them in a tub, and I was looking at them the other day. I'm like, babies, there's more babies. They've been at it again.
Speaking of the devil, hello, you going to come say hello? Yeah.
Hello, is he alive?
The devil and he shall appear.
Hello, Connor.
Hello.
Just talking about your gecko.
Oh.
Saying about your setup.
Okay.
You're so enthusiastic, aren't you?
18-year-olds, aren't they? You know what they're like.
Nerve plant.
Oh, you got nerve plant, haven't you? Yeah.
Creeping fig and a.
Hey, buddy.
What's it called?
Bromeliad.
Bromeliad, yeah.
Yeah. We're discussing. Cool. If anyone does want to.
You have to show us a pic. Get your dad to send us a picture of it, please. And you set up and cool. Cool, mate.
Figs,
you should be allowed to join the WhatsApp group now. You're 18 anyway.
There he is. He's 18 now.
Yeah, he should be. He's on WhatsApp. Scott, I might get him. I might talk to Scott and get him added to the WhatsApp group. You can have your 500 unread messages a day like the rest of us.
I'll just join them.
No. You can get them to disappear as well. It's just every now and again I'll go and it's like, that's interesting, read. Right, skip. That's interesting, skip.
I might not do that actually. I might not add him because then it would be non-stop abuse on my end. So probably a bad idea.
Yeah. You never ever
don't you get that anyway,
thing. It's not fair.
I do, but at least I can compartmentalise all the abuse I get, Emma.
Got to get enough of my bloody kids.
If anyone else does want to jump on screen, just let us know because I've put the links in the chat if people do want to jump on there.
Gets leaked. Leaking Matt's tarantulas. What's it called? Tarantula.Rookie.
Oh yeah, I got reported. So someone reported my big TikTok yesterday. For brand. Apparently, I'm sharing brands on it. I'm like, how can I be sharing brands? It's a spider on its back with dirt. There's no branding on the dirt unless I'm sponsored by dirt. I have no idea. So I don't know what sad little individuals just decided to start saying I'm violating all the community standards with that video. But it does make me laugh. Yeah, Thomas, only one more year, mate. You'll get there. You'll get there, dude.
One more year.
Thomas is a year younger than you.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the one who does squeaky toys in Dead Mice.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's quite cool, actually.
Yeah,
that's well cool.
He put one on, put a squeaky toy in a mouse live on one of the streams we were on.
That was fun. I thought that was funny.
Squeakers and dog toys are meant to represent them killing vermin. So that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. So
see, my youngest child turns 21 this year. My oldest child is 32 already. She's 33, same day as my birthday, you see.
Do they all still live pretty close, or are they sort of spread far and wide?
Oh, no. One we don't talk to because she's an ultimate bitch. Because even the kids don't talk to her because she's just, I don't know, she's just gone weird and just horrible and spiteful person.
Fair enough.
Don't talk. She's done that herself, so just leave her to it. But the other ones, the youngest one talks every now and again. He's down Salford, so he's with his
Salford massive.
But he lives with his girlfriend, and he surprised me because he actually works. So it's like, I never thought he'd leave his bed.
Oh, fair
But
enough.
no. So it was just weird because he did college, but he said it bored him. So he just went and found work himself. So it was just weird. And lives,
My
like I said,
son did the same though, Jackie.
it's weird, isn't it, when they do that?
My
Like, who
my
are you?
girls were like academically, they were absolutely brilliant, through the roof. My son, he was halfway there. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. He got a couple of decent GCSEs. And when he was 17, well, it's just gone 2 years now. He just went and got a full-time job. The company that he works for didn't go by, all this minimum wage by age. They've paid him full wage from day one.
That's good.
He's 19 and he's earning a bloody fortune and doing really well.
See, that's it. Kids surprise you. It's weird. But yeah, don't know what my oldest son's doing. He did say what he was doing. He's changed jobs a few times, so I don't bloody know. I know my son Michael, he does security. He did actually work on the floor, and he just no, he's doing security. But Vicky, my eldest daughter, she was what was she doing now? In schools, children with special needs. She was always with them all the time, especially all the way through the years. Yeah, basically she did all that, but obviously things went to pot, and she said the furlough was crap. She said she couldn't live on it. Erin and the kids, she said she just couldn't do it. She ended up at one point going back to retail. She's doing something else now. She's not in retail. She's doing something else now. So, because sometimes she can work from home if she does overtime, or she just goes into work. So,
Thomas has made a pair of trousers for his mouse, painted it black. He's got yellow clay shoes for it, and then he's
we've got to see pictures.
Tub of black hair dye and a bit of a threat will get you most of the way. I love the fact that he's put that. I love the fact he's got the spelling mistake on that.
That works around you, and he makes puts little hearts in mice and stuff like that. Well, Thomas was on the live this one particular night. Put a squeaky.
Yep.
In a mouse.
Squeaky. Yep, squeaky in the mouse.
And was working. Just
to be fair, I did egg him on. That was my fault. I did egg him on.
But it still worked.
Won't work. Then got it going.
Put it up his ass.
Squeaking this dead mouse.
But a black hair dye and a bit of thread.
Thomas, you should come up on screen and show us your mouse.
Yeah, the mouse and its a pair of trousers. That's just got to be funny to see.
He's got so much talent, and then he just all of a sudden scares the crap out of everyone by going off on this weird serial killer mode.
I know.
I think it's great.
Oh dear. If not, we need to see pictures or something. But yeah.
Yeah, he does all
he's made up
and stuff. Does all the butterflies and pins them and
okay.
Just
made another version that needs less force to squeak.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, no worries, Thomas.
His voice. So you've not found your voice, you've lost it. That's no good.
Just put a squeaky toy in. You'll be all right.
You must have put your earphones in.
So how many spiders are you going to be left with, Emma, once you've posted your stuff out?
Say that again, sorry.
How many spiders are you going to be left with once you've posted out what you've got to post out?
I'm still in the 30s.
All right, okay. Evening, Osman.
Hey, Osmeister.
Oh, this phone's just gone off. I want to sit in the chat.
Yeah, there's only been 7 altogether.
Hi, Osman.
Are you mostly old worlds, mostly new worlds, mostly arboreals? What you keeping?
Mostly old worlds.
I've got both. I've got old and new, so I don't particularly care. I just like it, but it's a pretty colour.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Not really.
I've got a mixture between all, but ended up becoming mostly old worlds because a lot of new worlds just nasty bastards. Excuse my language.
I think the thing is, as long as you treat all the spiders the same as you would the worst in your collection, it doesn't matter what they are.
Yeah.
And it is true, like Dave said a few videos back, it depends on your reaction to how,
Yeah.
when things happen. How, if you're quite a calm person, you don't sort of
Oh
quite
no,
jumpy
no,
and all
no,
that,
no!
then
I don't agree. I'm
doesn't matter.
sorry. My female Nandu, she is wicked. She is evil. And I mean, she is evil. Her feeding response is
Oh, I like
just
some of the feeding responses.
unbelievable.
I love some of the feeding responses. Also, I said all the time, I'm really holding onto the leg or something, and you just see the leg still there, and you're like, yeah, that were awesome.
I've got 4 curly hairs, and I think one of them is probably worse than my A-gen for feeding response. But then I've got 3 others that are just so calm. Like one of them won't feed if you're watching. Like you put the food in, sit there, look, he won't touch it. As soon as you turn around, you turn back,
gone.
he's eating it. Yeah, the funny little things. But they've all got personalities,
Yeah,
haven't
no,
they?
it's
They've all got
weird,
personalities.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's different. I think you can't sort of have 2 of the same spider and expect them to act the same. That's for sure.
That's what
Right.
I've always said. It's like I don't agree with this beginner spider and stuff like that because no 2 spiders, even if the same species, are the same.
True.
No, I mean I've got a rosea that is probably worse than. Feeding my rosea is probably harder work than feeding something like my Kilobrachys because it always wants to just fight the tongs. Always.
Whereas
yeah,
the
doing that.
rosea we got, which we bought as a male, malted out female, was an absolute diamond.
Night, Amy. Yeah, they're funny, aren't they? It's like you do get that.
Right, Amy.
You do.
I've
been teetering. There's a P Metallica in Bug Hut that I looked at on Sunday, and I looked at again on I looked on Friday, and I looked again on Sunday. I'm extremely tempted, but I'm trying to hold off until Taunton, but I probably won't be able to hold off until then. It's a nice looking one. It's a nice size as well for the price. So I was like, I don't know, but I want to know what Dave is going to have on his stall at Taunton. That's the thing.
Yeah. So Scott's right. Everybody's going to dive at Dave.
Trouble is, I don't know what I've seen a lot of his videos recently where he's been pulling egg sacs, but you'd have to go back and have a look at all the stuff he's pulled for the last 3 or 4 months to know what he's got for sale. And there's quite a lot of stuff he's pulled, and he'll have a fair few pokies. I think he's still got some verses. I'm not sure about what else he's got, but he's got a breeding project going on that he's not put a video out about because I don't know how far along it is, but I know he's got his Theraphosas that he's sort of trying to do as well. So I'm sure there would have been a video had he got an egg sac properly from that.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to know what he's got. I wonder whether, because a lot of breeders like Spa and all that, you can see on their websites obviously what they've got. But
didn't he say there's something that's not on his website?
He did. No, and then also Portsmouth have got stuff as well that's not on their website as well at the moment. So it'll be interesting, the show. I was talking to Danielle today, and I've sort of got to see how it's going on because did you see the photos of the shop where she's got all the shop front now?
Not recently.
There you go. I'll share a screen on my screen in a sec. Okay.
Let's
have the powers of StreamYard and Facebook all at the same time.
You.
We put a post up today. Let's grab the present share screen. Right, what we got showing up? Is that showing up on the screen? I don't know.
Yeah, pretty weeny, but
yeah,
I'll put myself on full screen. Let's go up on Let's get that one up, main. There we go.
That's a bit bigger.
Yeah, this is the front of their store now. So they've got like all the shelving with the cork bark in there. And that's
Cool.
actually
Oh,
the front of the shop. And then she's got a few tanks there, obviously. She's got I think they're, what we got? We've got the tarantula rooms enclosures. And then over this side, I think they're custom aquaria stuff. And then the bit at the back here is their warm room that they've had built. And so she's got these, but then she's got down the other front, she's got all the plastic funariums and stuff.
oh yeah.
And then they've got their housing table, the famous housing table.
Oh yeah.
And then sort of the back of the shop part, and this is showing the wall. I think if you go down this corridor, that's the door into their hot room or whatever it is, and then you've got the shop front. So it's coming together. It's definitely coming together down there.
Good. That'd be good. At least they're getting there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. She was saying to me that it's coming a long way really quick, and I did say I was going to go down there as soon as it's ready, sort of when everything's up and running, sort of do some filming stuff. But
Yeah, do some filming and not come away with tarantulas.
Yeah, that's their new place, Osman. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Spa's got a lot. Luke did say that, didn't he? He said he's got an awful lot of stuff. It's going to be interesting. Am I coming to Barnsley or Glasgow? Glasgow's a little bit far for me. I was going to go up there for a concert, but then I realised it was going to cost way too much to get there. Barnsley,
Yeah, because you're right down the other side, other below part of UK. You.
Yeah, me. I'm down by. Yeah, I'm almost. Yeah, almost on the River Thames.
Yeah, a bit of a distance.
But the Barnsley show, unfortunately, I'm going to. I think it's either Bangor University or Lincoln University on that day, because we've got a university day for Connor, so I've got to take him to that. Yeah, he's good.
Bangor, what was in Ireland Bangor or Scotland Bangor?
Wales.
Oh, Wales. I forgot. See, Bangor everywhere.
Yeah. North Wales on the A55. It's just.
I knew what you meant, Jackie, because I know Bangor in Northern Ireland and I know Bangor in North Wales as well.
It's about 5.5 hours for me to drive there, but it's a day over there.
No, he's getting a better education. I don't blame him going, so it's sorted.
Yeah, you're safe,
You'd
Thomas.
be renting his room out when he's at university. That's all it would be.
Steve W's already got a plan. Basically, his bed can stay there, and we're just going to strip all the walls down and put all the reptiles and all the spiders in there. Steve said he'd come over and help me move all this stuff into this little tiny office that I've got here, and then we can move that into the reptile room.
He can have the sofa when he comes home. Once he's started in uni, he'll be used to sleeping on worse than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they will.
And it's not even that. He'd probably be spending most of his time at his girlfriend's, supporting her with a new baby and that.
She lives this way, so luckily she'll be 6 hours away from him.
And who says she won't be going to visit him?
Thomas, if you're going to Barnsley, mate, don't forget, go and speak to Phil, because he's got some of my stickers if you want some of them.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sit there and constantly remind Phil to fetch them.
He said he's guaranteed he'll forget them. I did say you're gonna have an awful lot of people who have pitchforks at you, Phil, if you do, because people are always. I've told them that you've got them.
Yeah, we all know he's got them.
Guys, I'm gonna jump off because I'm absolutely shattered.
No worries, Emma.
And I'll probably speak to you all tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
no worries. See you later, Ems.
Laters. Bye bye.
Well, see you later.
Emma. See.
Hey, Kathy.
Who we got?
So what shows are you looking at doing then this year?
I don't know. It's if I get to go with Sharon.
Yeah.
If not, I know somebody said they may take me if something falls through, but we'll just see how it goes.
Did you go to the IHS when it was in Manchester, like last year? Did you go there?
But we went towards not far off the end, didn't we? Because it was a ball like getting it, because I don't have a car.
Right.
So it was basically trams and whatever else to get there.
Right. Okay. Bit of a pain then, isn't it? Because that's moved to Milton Keynes this year, isn't it? So
yeah, I heard. Yeah, it's stupid that it moves around as much, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I think they had a lot of complaints about the actual venue from Manchester. So it's like I can see they've sort of probably just decided to okay, we've been in Doncaster for God knows how long. We moved to Manchester, it didn't work. Let's go down there. So, yeah.
Maybe it should have just been planned better. That's all. Because I heard Phil saying it was dirty and everything, it not been cleaned. And
they had a concert there the night before. They had sticky floor, so it was yeah.
you know the difference because it was all muddy outside anyway. So there was no difference by the time we got there.
I'll see you down there then, Kathy. I'm going to Taunton, so I'll be at Taunton. I think Scott's going as well. I think if no one else is giving him a lift, I think Mark was talking to him about giving him a lift.
Yeah, he was, because I think Chris said he would do. He might do it, but if not, Mark was going to do it. So
yeah, because
he's getting there one way or another.
Yeah, I think Chris is. I think they're because he's with Creatures of the North. I think they've got a hotel the night before, so I think he's down there early, isn't he? But I think I know I'm bringing Steve W, but I'm not sure whether Callum's coming, like Happy Ant. I'm not sure whether he's coming, but if he is, then Steve's going to grab him on the way down. He's going to come down here as well. And I think the fourth seat in my car is going to be Connor. I think Kale and Andre are talking about going to Taunton as well. She thought it was like 7 hours, and I'm like, well, it's 3.5 for me, and she lives closer than me. So,
oh God,
yeah.
He's alive in chat.
12 hours for your birthday. I'll tell you what, though, Thomas, it's like you've still got Bedford, you've still got Coventry. They're sort of like, half the distance of that. So it's only 6 hours for you, mate.
Oh, yeah, he's in Scotland, isn't he? God. Even further away. So it's like there's not many places up this way.
No, it's weird. It's weird. There's I know my friend Lorna, who I had on my live last month. She I think she's up sort of Blackpool way. And just nothing really.
No, it's weird. Because there's lots of people up here that I'd probably want to go.
Yeah, that's a point, Thomas. You've got BTS as well. You got no excuses not to go to that one.
Hey, I live in Manchester, Thomas.
Yeah, Osman's got a deal now with Steve where he's sitting at the moment all his stuff from Dave, and Osman's now just like, yeah, as he's got those ones, you might as well have this. If you can see him going Portsmouth, get it shipped to Steve, get this, get that to Steve.
I hope bloody Osman can bloody get them back over to Thingy. And they don't say, why are you bringing all these tarantulas into the country?
Hopefully it's going to be a straight through, drive through, sort of like no questions asked job. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a pain in the backside for him. I'm sure it'll be all right.
Should be. Yeah, take that, please.
Jackie's over Manchester way, aren't you?
Yeah. Could you let or do you want me to let them out? Okay, I'll let them out in a minute. Luke is going to help me with that. He said, don't worry about it. You're bringing spiders over from Germany to the UK. Cool.
There we go.
We're staying before in Sale and Altrincham. That's the other part of Manchester. Which shows this because I'm meant to be going to, what the fuck's it called? One in Sheffield. I know I'm meant to be going to the one in Sheffield. So I've been told that she's still going. So we're still going. The other one is in Barnsley. She said about Barnsley, but I'll find out nearer the time. I'm in Oldham, Thomas.
Oh, he's talking about Barnsley show.
Yeah, well, Oldham's quite close to Yorkshire because I'm quite high up. Where I am in this part is like not that far from Yorkshire because I'm higher up the tops.
Yeah, she has to get a lift there though, Thomas, because she can't go on the trains or anything because the old bill stopped her getting tickets.
They didn't stop me getting tickets, cheeky bitch. I got a bloody thingy pass anyway, but it's not the point though. It's like all of these coppers, and I'm like,
when I saw your post,
coppers on it. I understand they're trying to stop people dodging, but they don't need that many police.
That was a big presence. When I saw your post though, I did go and grab the popcorn. I thought the comments on this are going to be good.
It's like they're all saying, "Oh yeah, you need them for this and that and the other," and it's like, but really, all these?
It was like a whole force there, wasn't it?
There was far, there was far too many. I understand a couple of coppers there, maybe if somebody kicks off, But
I'm sure
why
you'll
that
be all
many?
right.
It was like, why is there that bloody many? It's like, haven't they got anything else better to do? It's like there's two there to bloody enforce it. There's another two to hold their hands. You know, it's like
the thing though, where there's fines, it's because I think it's the trouble is all the forces have been told like your funding, you have to make your own funding for a lot of it. That's why you see an awful lot of traffic cops now, don't you, all over the place, because it's revenue for their local force basically. It's just
bloody mad though.
yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? It's nuts.
Oh, just get this stupid top up. Bloody like a big dressing gown, this thing, but every now and again I get too warm. Take it off. Have it up, take it off for about a few minutes, and it's like, no, I'm cold. It's only when I'm in the other room. It's only when I'm in the other room I'm warm, because obviously it's where the creatures are.
Yeah, that's why I'm just sitting. I sit in here all the time. I do the lives and everything from here because it's just warm enough. I sit here with a t-shirt on. The rest of the house is like an ice box, unfortunately. So everyone else moans at me, but there's no room for everyone else in here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's no room in the creature room. So in the other room it'd be bigger, and I've actually got a computer. I've just got nowhere to set it up in here because it's no room. And we've got that much stuff that needs to be done in this house. It's unbelievable. It's like all the electrics need doing. That's why it needs decorating. But what's the point in decorating when the electrics need doing? But we can't do the electrics because there's too much stuff. So that's why we're trying to get stuff in the loft. But we couldn't put stuff in the loft because one, we had a hole in the roof. So that got fixed. And then there was water coming down the chimney at one point. So we got that capped. Then the cap came off because we had high winds. So it got put back on again. And then because it's got an extension around the front of the house. No, I'm lying at the back of the house, sorry.
Right.
It was basically, it had been put there maybe when the house had been built, because when the guys took it off and redid it, they said, this has still got horsehair in it. And it's like, really? And we worked out when we looked at when I looked at the census, sorry, not him. This house was built in 1910.
Right. Okay.
So the house is like over 100 years old, and it only got the roof on the extension bit done. That was like, okay, that's good going for all that time.
Yeah, we've got where our chimney is, we've got a couple of cracked tiles, and the guy who came around to look at the roof, when he took all the photographs, he thinks that might be where the water's coming through, a couple of cracked tiles on the chimney stack. So we've got to get that sorted out. But yeah, it's just a bloody nightmare. We've had a load of new carpet, like stairs, landing, and all the bedrooms. And when you have to empty an entire room, I mean, this room got emptied just so I could get the carpet done, and then Connor's room had to be. Oh, it's just an absolute nightmare. Nightmare.
Because when you empty it, you don't realise. You look at it and it's like, it's not that much, and then it's that emptying out, and it's like, where's this all coming from?
Yeah, we could only empty half of Connor's because we had obviously all his vivariums and enclosures and stuff, and you can't move them out of the door very easily, a 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. So it's like we're just moving it from one end of the room, let them lay one half the carpet, then move all the stuff to the other end and put it all back down again. Not yet, Thomas. I was at I got called into work today. I had to go and do 7 hours in the office because someone was sick, so I had to go into there. So I haven't had a chance to even look at a box yet, mate. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten you.
How dare they be ill?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hold on. I don't know if that's directed at you, Jackie. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Look at that.
I didn't fucking see that. That's old. Yeah, you're gonna get duffed. You're the granddad one. I always call you granddad. Flump out of the flumps.
You know what? Craig is like. He's like a. I love Craig, but he's just like, he will not let it go. He's the proverbial dog with a toy that it's just not coming out of his mouth. Can't.
Oh dear.
Hey, Jackson.
Have a look. Oh, hi Jackson.
What mantis have you got, Kathy? See you later, Thomas. Cheers for popping by, mate.
See you later, mate. Catch you later, Thomas.
I will have a look tomorrow. I'm off work tomorrow, Thomas. I'll have a look, and I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of boxes I could probably put it in if I'm going to ship it. I'll have a word with you, mate.
Oh dear, sweating now.
I've got my Majuscula, the male that sort of I had till old age, and he passed away. I was hand feeding him. Thomas is going to pin it for me on a frame.
Yeah.
Going to let the master have a go with the mantis for me. So
well, I got a free one anyway of somebody doing a taxidermy anyway, because I won it on was it the 25 days of Christmas?
Oh, okay. Was that with Laura or who's do you know it's through?
No, I can't remember his name. I think it's a guy.
Right.
Hold on. Hang on, because I think I sent him a message and he said he'd put me through the steps. But I'm just like, yeah, he's already in the freezer. This transfer.
I think Bugalithic was on there. Like I know that
but it's not Bugalithic.
Oh,
I remember it. Oh shit! I'm sure I'd messaged him the other day, but I've not. I said I'm not going to sort it out. What's he called? Shit. No, it's not called shit.
I won those. I won those assassin bugs. Literally on day 8. Yeah, I won a load of assassin bugs.
Whimsical West, it's called.
Oh, right, okay.
Go on.
I won the assassin bugs. I've still not had any communication about them at all. So it's like whatever. But
so who's that with? The people that you're getting them from?
Yeah, I spoke to Mitch, and Mitch is like, "Yeah, I haven't had any communication with him, so he's trying to chase it up for me." But I'm not worried about getting them. I'm not worried about having the bugs. It's more the fact that if they were donated to Mitch as a prize, then they should honour the donation of the prize.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why do that? Why say, oh, yeah, you can have them as a prize? So you've won them. I mean, if, for example, if it had not been then you would have won something else.
Yeah, well, the trouble is, it because he's raising money for charity, it makes it a little bit,
Yeah.
On that,
well, you might not get the prizes then if you're doing this, and people will be like, whoa, hang on. Fair enough, they do it for charity, but they want to,
Yeah. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not worried about having them. It's just I'd rather him be able to sort it out with that person. That person might have a genuine reason for not getting in contact. It don't bother me. Like Steve Thornton's even said to me that if he, he'll pass me on a colony. I'm like, I'm not worried about actually getting them. That's not the point. But yeah, they are pretty cool though, the assassin bugs. I do like them, but I've just got no room for more and more and more different things, Oh my word! I didn't see him sitting backstage. Sorry, Mark.
I've only just put
out. Right, I'm going to let my cats out back in a second. Otherwise, they're going to be kicking the door down.
How you doing, Mark?
Okay. Yeah, not too bad. If I sound a bit ropey and coughing and sneezing and stuff, then
bit run down, are you?
Bit run down. Yeah, don't normally hit me, but Saturday afternoon started going down with a cold.
Oh, right.
And that was very sort of headspacey. So most of that's through now, but it's a very racking chest cough, which just drains your energy.
Oh, yeah.
So, and just
gives you a headache as well, doesn't
it? Sleep for 2 hours and not think anything of it. But,
right.
But been busy as well. We saw a place that the council run for that Victoria could go to during the days. So
right, okay.
They're looking to allocate her 2 days a week sessions.
Oh, that would be cool.
Plus the transport to get there as well, because they did sort of ask on that because she gets mobility component on her PIP. Then in theory she'd have to make her own way there. But if I'm to do that, that's half an hour there, half an hour back twice.
Yeah.
Possibly around peak time as well, so that's 2 hours out of my work day, which doesn't not going to get very well. So they can sort of sense there that you're sort of single parents, so they'll look to provide the transport as well. And I think they've got someone else already been picked up on sort of a route that wouldn't be too much
of a diversion.
So that'll be good, and then hopefully some time also for personal assistant to take her out in the day, maybe 1 or 2 days a week as well. So that's
is that like would that be like a sensory thing for her as well? Like they go there.
They've got a nice setup down there. They've got a whole sort of number of rooms within the council's town hall, which they've got equipped out. So there's a kitchen area, big social area, smaller area with a pool table.
Mm-hmm.
Sensory chill out room, disabled toilets, and an actual purpose sensory room as well. So there's plenty for there to do, but they also encourage a lot of sort of goal achieving and stuff like that. So they'll have visits out into town as well to learn skills.
All right, okay.
So yeah, it'd be really good for her to sort of get out and do things.
That'd be good. Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully it all progresses well. Yeah, Osman's just talking about they're having a chat in the chat about the mantises, and Osman's saying he likes them, but it just watching them die, it is horrible. I mean, I honestly,
I worry for them. They are fragile.
Yeah. I never thought, like I said in that video, I never thought when I got my mantis, that first mantis, that I would end up so attached to it. But I think it's because you've got the fact that they are more interactive than spiders, and you can have them on your hands and this, that, and the other. You do all of a sudden have a little bit more of a connection than you do with the spiders. It's weird. And like I say, the last month, me hand feeding it, like because its legs were giving way and stuff. It definitely hit me a lot harder than I expected.
I don't know. Actually, I'm going back and thinking in your more earlier days, and certainly I was like this. I would be more inclined to get the spiders out and let them have a free wander. I'm less so doing that now, but
because everybody's all up in arms. Oh, you don't do this and don't do that, and you're like,
not that the cowcodies are going to bolt that quickly away from you.
No. I mean, there's some that I'd be tempted to. I mean, I've had my avics. Whenever I rehouse my avics, I just open one enclosure, open the other enclosure.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Watching your video tonight, I was so amazed at how chill the males were. Just
like when I took the lids off. When I took the lids off on the video, it was like I took the lids off and they just sit there like you just know they're not going to do anything, and like it's so funny watching that. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I know you give them a little tap up the arse, and it's like, but it's still not budging.
Osman, I know. And the thing was with that video, I literally when I was making that video with the mantis, I don't mind saying, like when I was going through editing all the footage, I had tears streaming down my face because I was like, I don't know if I wanted to put this out or what. It was awful, absolutely awful. But you know, that's trouble. I think the thing is, if you've got a lot of empathy as a person and you end up having animals and stuff like that, I think it's normally it's an okay thing. It's quite nice that you can actually have that outlet and get upset that way, because sometimes it is actually a really good thing to actually have that upset go through. You know, to almost like it's almost
it's like you're looking after family, isn't it? You're looking after them, you're caring for them, you've got a connection with them, so it's like you want to.
But do you find when you've had a good cry or like that, it's almost like a massive way to release stress, and you feel a bit more relaxed and better after it? Maybe sometimes
it does. Sometimes depends. Still took me ages, even though obviously I'd had him longer. Was my cat. It's like people look at it, it's just a cat, and it's just like fair enough. He died 6, nearly 7 years old. And it was like, oh my God, it was horrible.
It's I mean,
it must be a bit more apathetic to death then, because I don't find I'm shedding tears, but I'm as long as I'm questioning to myself, have I given that creature a good life?
Oh, you do that with anything, don't you? Because you're like, shit, maybe I should have done this, or maybe I should have done that, and then you've done your best you could, but you still got to reassure yourself to. Get it.
Is there anything I can learn that next time?
Yeah.
I think I had I had obviously one of my dogs, my rescue dog, passed away.
The doggy passed, just
before Christmas, and that was heartbreaking. But I had a video up of that I put up, sort of saying goodbye to him on TikTok, and there's one point where the dog sort of like he goes to bite my beard, and someone's put up a comment saying like, dog snapping at your face is a bad thing, you're a terrible keeper. And I'm like, dude, this dog was abused for years before we rescued him. I'm going to forgive him biting my face a little bit, because beforehand, if you'd have seen what he was like when the day we got him, he was trying to tear my arms off. So him giving a little nibble on my beard, that's a lot of progress. For that dog. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no. Some people talk shit.
They really do. Without knowing the full history of things, it's like, why would you even go there?
They're just going off a picture, and the picture's like, oh, it's obviously something really, really bad. Oh, you evil person! And you're looking at them like, shut up.
Exactly. How's your pairing of your cowcodies going, Mark? Are you
I'm interspersing them, so probably try every week or 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I'm conscious that it's not necessarily their season at the moment.
Right, okay.
Whether or not they're going to sense that inside the house anyway.
Yeah.
It's one of those things of being very new to breeding as well. You kind of see that some people might have success in just statistics. The more you throw them together, the more likely it's going to happen. But from what I'm seeing currently at the moment, the males aren't making sperm blankets, so
not ready.
We're not ready. Happy to risk giving them the opportunity to work out what they're going to do. The females seem pretty not wanting to attack them, so they're okay in that regard. And I'm hopeful too that being a Chalcodes male, they're probably going to last a good couple of years. So hopefully get the use out of them. But I'll always be on the lookout for some more.
Yeah.
I've only got my single one. It's getting hit, and it's only so big now. They grow slowly, but I don't care.
No.
It's great.
I've got a whole range of them. I've got 2 New River females. Only one New River female is large enough to attempt the pairing with. I sort of got the other one out the other day and went, hang on, no, you're nowhere near ready yet.
Well, Jackie's put a stick up my backside and made me rearrange my shells tonight at the start of the live. So I've now got the female with the 2 males are sort of between. So I've got the male there and there, the female here, and then at the back I've got another female, and then I've got a male just underneath them there. So they're all sort of nice and close now. So hopefully,
and in smoke signals soon to each other.
I shuffled mine around the other day, so they were closer.
But I'm in an R-in. When I put in the WhatsApp, I know, was it on Leah's chat, wasn't it? I said next week, next Wednesday, I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to do on my live, actually have the camera and actually go over there and maybe put them in with each other on the live. But I'm also very, very conscious that it could be the worst idea I've ever had in my life.
Have they got enough room in that enclosure?
This female, yeah. I mean, this one here, yeah, that one there they have. She's, yeah, that one, definitely. I'll get it down.
What are you doing, baby? Good girl. Good girl. Yes, you are. You having a look? You having a look, Leah? Good girl.
15, 30?
This is a 20 by 20 by 30, yeah. She's sort of here.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's massive.
Yeah.
Where is she? She's just up there.
You take the lid off to give him another escape route as well.
Yeah, exactly. I can take that out and then have the door wide open, and where are they going to go? They're going to just wander at like sort of pace.
Leave them to it, basically, at the time, and just keep one eye on them. So any indication, just make sure he does a runner and she stays where she is.
Yeah, I'm very conscious of the fact that it'd be a cool experience, but at the same time, I think it's probably not going to happen because if anything did happen on the live, it's not how people watching would be like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing?" It's to me, I'd be like absolutely devastated. I'd probably just cut the stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do it on a live stream then. Maybe just talk about it, what you're going to do, because it might be a bit awkward. Because I think you probably need to. Especially if it's the first time you want to.
I was going to say just before that if Osmond gives you the nod of approval, then you're right.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I was just going to say, he always says about my enclosures being spotless. It's crazy. So it's like,
mine got bloody shit splatter and everything. And even though I get a bloody, tongs with a bit of kitchen roll, squirt it in the light.
I've only got one pokey, that does it, and then the other one that was really, really messy was the Cambry guy that Leah's got. But everything else just seems to crap in the corner somewhere.
Oh no!
Excuse me, I've got to go and break up a cat fight.
Yeah, my Avic female has made a complete mess. Sort of doesn't distinguish any particular side. It doesn't favour any. It's all over the place. And I'd like to sort of move her out to clean out the enclosure, but she's started to web up, which I think would be a molt, sort of a setup for a molt. So I'm going to leave her to it.
They take ages, like you were saying to me, weren't you, about the Avics thing? And I said to you that female is the big enclosure, but it's been in there It's been in there months, but it only has just webbed up. And it was actually one of the guys, I can't think who it is, that Portsmouth Tarantulas sometimes have helping them. He's got really, really short areas. He's in a lot of the tarantula groups. Yeah, but he said to me, no, it can take a good couple of months before they actually start to web in there. But
Hi, Kronos. Good boy.
yeah, I'm still very conscious of it being my first thing, Scott, live on YouTube. Can you imagine what a train wreck that could be?
I'd be sat there devastated, like, bye.
Yeah. All the chat would be like, "Oh, mate, I'm so sorry for your loss."
You'd be like, "Piss off! I'm sorting them out."
Oh God, it could be a nightmare. If I had two people,
I was wondering actually, as you're pushing those males' bums, whether they would fire at you.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They were pretty good, and they were so calm. I mean, the thing is, it's that thing where 6 months ago I would have moved them by sort of tapping them. It's like Dave just said, once you make contact, just give them a push.
Just keep contact,
yeah, and it's just.
I already noticed that anyway, and it's just like you just realise it's like we're doing it. It's constant because they don't know what's going on, do they? It's like somebody keeps doing that with you. You're going to turn around and like do that one more time, and you're going to get knocked out.
It's like being tapped on the shoulder, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. So if somebody keeps tapping you, you're gonna kick up, or you can have a go at them. So it's just common sense, isn't it? Like tap, look, piss off.
We housed the Cambridge Eye. Cambridge Eye was in this little tub.
All right,
and it was probably just sort of filling up because it was quite a big thing.
Mine's quite huge.
So I've moved that in there. Like, it's not so big, but it's
I can
down
see
the bottom now.
Down the bottom on the
yeah.
Having a good look.
Yeah, let's keep it on the big screen, Mark.
All right. Okay. See if I can get rid of that.
It's just a reflection of the light, isn't it?
Turn it. That's it. There you go. You can see it between the two bits there. Yeah, I can see that. Just the bottom of the cork bark, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it now.
Stunning spiders.
Just about, I see it now.
Yeah, if I turn the other monitors off, I've got 3 monitors on here. So.
Oh, yeah, you have to show off now, don't you? You always get the one.
Well, I just put a small video out tonight. Had a breakthrough with doing the elite coding. So it's all falling together now. So I put one out at the weekend. It's got 280 views already.
Osmond. Those are proof cannons. He's put.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
And then Scott Avix will be done in seconds.
If I had, I've actually got an offer from Natalie. She's the lady who runs Bug Hut, and she said to me that when they're shut on a Monday and a Wednesday, if I wanted to, what I can do is I can take all the enclosures and we'll go and do it in the closed shop, because then you've got a completely sealed environment. You've only got those spiders in the area we'll be doing them at, and you won't have anybody else disturbing us. So it's like, I could do. It's just driving them over there is a pain, and driving them back.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got to get them used to the temperature. Then you've got to warm them back up again, and it's moving them, and it might not work because you might have to settle them down for a few days.
I might just wake up tomorrow morning and go, do you know what? I'll put one of the males in and see what happens. It's like the males are fed, she's fed. I might just give her a bit more food beforehand, because they're normally quite calm, but around feeding time they can be a bit of a menace. They will. She's got a bit of grass in with her at the moment. I can't get it out. But yeah, I'm very excited about it, but I never thought I'd be doing this, that's for sure.
You won't.
Yeah, I think you're right, Scott, to be honest. I think leaving them where they are is probably the best idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise what would happen is...
That's what I mean. You're pitching about with temperatures and everything. It's just not fair on them.
Yeah, I think the only thing if I was going to do it would be maybe take them down there and then leave them in there for like a week or so, and then do it. But it's just it's a
lot of faffing around. Then you got to bring them back. Then you got to wait a few weeks, and then you got to take them all the way back to where, and it's just like, no. Yeah, you've got to learn sometime whether you want to or not. Just get as much information and just take it all in from the people that have bred them.
I think the only thing I'm going to do is, I know I've spoken to Scott about it, and he did his with basically just chuck them in, they'll sort themselves out. And then Dave, I know, has had success with them as well. So I'm going to message him and just sort of say, has he got any other tips maybe he could offer that maybe other people have maybe forgotten to mention? Because sometimes when you do things, you sort of because you think it's so obvious to do, you don't think it's
You
important to
won't think of
mention,
it.
you know. But yeah, I think the one thing I do know is that the females are pretty normally, except Lewis's and Chris's experience, they're normally pretty gentle on the males. So we'll see.
Well, it's obviously worked, like I said, because I've got 2 of Dave's.
Oh, nice, Scott.
But are they?
Are
you putting them in for the experience, or are they fully loaded?
The males, the 2 males from Luke. I need to ask him. I'm going to message him tomorrow, and I'll just ask him: did he have sperm webs with them before he took them to the show?
Shit, yeah, because they might have some on them, mightn't they? Yeah.
He might have. I don't know whether he paired them, because he said to me they're no good to him anymore. But I don't know whether he had paired them or not. So they might be ready to go. I mean, I know you can see normally their emboli look really like swollen up, but I haven't had a proper look at the males really. The only thing I did was rehouse them. I could probably go back on the video and have a look and see how big they look on the video. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if you keep an eye on them, I think there was a video I posted in the WhatsApp where one of the male Calcodes was just sort of waving his penny pelts around.
Yeah.
Virtual practice.
Oh, did he?
He got a sack off one, but still.
Oh, right, okay. So they might have already put their stuff up. I know that the other male that I got in the broadcast that's not on that shelf with them, he only molted on the 23rd of December. So he's really fresh. So I've got a while with him yet. So I'm not going to put him with them. I'll leave him, because can you imagine if I put him in first and he gets eaten?
I think he'd cry.
Yeah, I'll leave him
to cover over the other male just so he doesn't get to watch that.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing.
So he'll be like
the trauma.
Yeah,
you're not doing that with me, mate.
Oh God, yeah. No, I don't think I'll be doing that. That's for sure. But yeah, they both. I don't know. It's just exciting, but it's also extremely nerve-wracking. We'll see.
I think after you've done the first couple, I think you'll just, you'll be right then. Because I've not done it either, so it's just going to be nerve-wracking. You'd be like.
All the grief people give is optics layers. There's one video that really stuck in my mind with his, and he had a male that he had paired before with a female,
right?
And he introduced her to another female. Sort of, his sort of room's quite large, so it's about halfway along a rack, and paired them on the floor. And then the male, when he got out, he ran off to the enclosure of the female that he'd been with before. And climbed in with her, and I had to go with her as well. It's an incredible video. It's like the pheromones were still there, or she's screaming over there, watching, going, "Oi!" Wow, it's amazing.
Jeez, I don't think I've seen that. I don't sort of. Yeah, I don't follow him. I don't think I follow. I don't think I'm not sure.
No, it was last year when I was getting into watching the videos and building up the encouragement to go and get your own tarantula, that you're watching. The Collective, Cat, Exotic.
I still watch Cat.
Dark Den, and people like that. But then I've found that this year you've sort of come off of those because there's enough UK content which is more relevant to you because that's where you are, and that's what.
I still watch Dark Dens a lot of the time just for entertainment purposes. It's not. I don't exactly like.
He overdoes it, doesn't he? Sometimes, and you're like.
I don't sort of take
that used to be the thing with him. His enthusiasm was really good. And
his enthusiasm,
the camera work and stuff like that. But it's kind of become a little bit over the top, like so.
I think the thing is with Richard as well, with the Collective. I mean, one thing. I mean, I like watching his videos. His production value is amazing, and I like watching it from that side of view, from a technical and editing point of view and stuff, with his B-roll and everything. But I do find that when they talk about like setups. I know most tarantulas are the same setup, but they're very much a case of it seems to be the same, just information week in, week out. So I don't tend to watch them that often, just because if it's just a care video, not a care video, but like him talking about a species, it's very much like, oh, you have it, 6 to 8 inches of substrate, 6 to 8 inches of substrate.
It's too precise, isn't it? Sometimes you can look at it and you're like, no, I need more, because you don't bloody know, because it depends on the size of the enclosure. You just don't know.
I do think that a lot of the American channels in general on YouTube are far more successful than the UK, just because of the footage. Like, when you talked about Mark yesterday on Tarantula Hala, When you
Oh,
sit
yeah.
there listening to his Polish voice talking on YouTube, there's something about the accent that you can sit there and it's very aesthetic to the ears. And I do think a lot of the Americans, you either really like their accent or you don't. But I think a lot of reason they're very successful around the world is just because you're so used to watching films, you're so used to hearing them on telly, that listening to Americans talk on YouTube, there is something about that, the way they come across vocally. Listening to me go, all right, mate, it's not exactly the most pleasing to the ear at times.
Yeah, that's right. It's right.
But there is an awful lot of good UK content now. You don't really need to go too far afield to get information, that's for sure.
Yeah, true. Oh no, I don't. I mean, I had tarantulas in the past, and then I just stopped for a while, and then went back. But I just got them again when the child moved out, and he was like, "Your room's going to be something now." I wonder. Yes.
Is your Rufus going far, Osman? Because we've got a Rufus here. Actually, we've got one here. I do like the abdomen. Is probably one of my favourite abdomens on a spider. I think with a Rufus, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Have either of you two got a Rufus? They're the Flamingo Chilus, I think they are.
Oh yeah, I've got one.
No.
I completely forgot it. I've completely forgot it was Old World when I rehoused it and just literally moved it with my thumb.
I never. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't pay attention, and then it's afterwards. It's like, mind you, I take antihistamines anyway, so every now and again it'd be like, oh, it's slightly itchy, right? Okay, I'm fine.
Do you know what? I don't think I've had a reaction at all from any of my spiders at all. Like, I mean, even the Sturmy molt, I didn't wear gloves or anything with it. And
I never really thought about that because I picked it up and not really bothered. But it's only a small one. It's only about that big now.
I do know that over time your body does sort of the tolerance level does drop, and you can be affected more. It's like a compound thing. The more you're around the hairs, the worse you end up getting with them. And that's why a lot of people who have been in the hobby for a long time can't keep things like Kluges and a lot of the Lacedoras and things like that because the hairs just do them in.
I'd be gutted if I couldn't keep me LPs. I've got 5 of them.
Have you?
I like them because that was the first tarantula I ever got. Was an LP.
How big are your LPs?
One of them's a mature female. The other ones are getting a bit bigger because I got them all at different times.
All right. Is it in like a 45 by 45? Your big female. Or 30?
It's just in a bloody
big one.
Yeah. It's just in a plastic tank because but she's fine though. She's great. I've not really had anything off her. She just at the moment she's not eating, so I reckon she's probably just ready for a yearly bloody when they molt yearly because when they're mature. So she's not eating, and it's like, that's very unusual, you, because I know what you're like.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're due, definitely.
Oh, my pulchra still hasn't eaten. May still not eaten. It's 4 centimeters, stupid little juvie thing, and it's just ridiculous. It's just getting bored of it now. I mean, anyone who says, "Oh yeah, get a pulchra as your first beginner tarantula," it's like get a book as well at the same time because you're going to it's not no. The I know Scott can't keep Kluges because of their hairs. The
Salmopaeus are still new worlds, aren't they?
Yeah. They don't have herding hairs.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've not got many new worlds. So I was looking for things beginning with P, but the only things I've got is a couple of Salmopaeus and mostly Formictopus, lots of Formictopus.
And then I've got 2 of the Singapore Blues. One's a female mature, and the other one I got off Dave's Little Beasties.
You got any
getting some size. Sorry,
have you got any panther beaters, Mark? You got any panthos?
No.
All right.
No.
There's a whole.
The only other P I've got is
awesomeness.
What is it? Pterinopelma sesami.
Oh yeah. I've
got 2 of them.
Brazilian blue or whatever they are. I've got a tiny little one. I've got a tiny little one from that we won that in the raffle at Seas actually. Grain of sand.
That's so big. Got 2 of them, both not eating. So it's like, okay. Well, you're not scared, so you're sorted. You'll be fine. I'll just give you water.
0.4 millimeters long, I think our one is. It's a tiny little thing.
Yeah, this one was probably only less than a centimetre when we got it, but it's come on to a good size now.
They can be a little bit
That's
weird
out of about 3 of them that we've had, so they are very fragile.
Fragile at a young age, yeah, definitely. I had someone message me about the Birapes actually, because I said in my video that I was a little bit sort of nervous about keeping it alive because of the care, and he said that he's got about 4 or 5 that he's kept. Some guy in the US, and he's saying like he's found he's okay with them. So if I need any sort of advice, he could see what he can let me know about. But be interesting because I know they can be a little bit funny. I think all Rad said was basically just keep it moist, and it just don't worry about it. I think that's the key to them. I think that's what he told Phil as well. So that's what I will do. That's what I will do. Yeah. Is it only the Canberra guy you've got then for the Salmon PS Mark? Canberra GI. Canberra guy.
No, Victoria as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
When it was little as well. Well, that's coming along okay.
Has that started to get his colours yet?
Not quite. Not quite. See if I can find it.
I've been looking at those. I haven't got one yet, but the Darth Mauls. The only reason I haven't bought one of them yet is just because of the price of them compared to the others.
Sometimes it can put you off when you get certain things like the price, and it's like, I'm not paying that. What if it pops its clogs? I'll be crying.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how well you are at looking after them. If they got a defect, then
that's just going to hide.
Oh yeah, that's the thing though. They're beautiful when they're out, but they just go straight down the bottom.
Yeah.
The most fossorial arboreal that I've seen, to be honest, out of that lot. They are cool though. They're so good. But like I say, the reason I haven't bought one yet is just simply because of the price. I almost bought a sub-adult female from Ads Darcy, but when I saw the price tag attached to it, I was like, I would, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw one of Ads' adverts on probably Pre-Loved or Pets for Home, and there's some really nice spiders there.
He normally has some really good stuff. Him and who's the other guy? Can't even think now.
There was a guy on Mitch's giveaway. He was going like this, and he was going, "Oh, Ads."
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, Neil Blackhall's normally got. He's quite good friends with Ads. He's normally got quite a few nice things for sale as well. They do quite a lot of stuff together. He's quite good. But are you planning on getting anything Cat Taunton, or are you just going down there for the show to meet up?
Yeah, more for the meetup again. I'm sort of balanced. I'm quite happy with the way things are at the moment. So I'm gonna move the what's the one that's black with the striking orange in it?
The Murnia?
Yeah, I've got one of those, but it's in a 20 by 20 by 20, but hardly see it. So I want to move it into something similar to the Cambridge Eyes enclosure.
Yeah.
So it can sort of be out and climb about a bit more.
Yeah.
And then so that would free up the 20 by 20 by 20 EXO for something else as well.
No.
But I'm not too sure what to put in there.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's when you've sort of not sure. There's so many out there, but when you've sort of limited to what you want to, how many more you want to get.
Yeah, I've got most of the species that I like, and I'm conscious that probably in about 4 to 6 months there's going to be a stage of them coming through and wanting larger enclosures as well. So whether to wait for that or then get to that stage and go, right, now I need to buy more enclosures.
The thing is, there's going to be...
Oh, yeah, we'll be yes. Yeah.
Because there's definitely a stage with that, though, because obviously you're going to have males that will either get bigger quicker or not get as big, so that you haven't got to worry too much about them getting as large as some of the females. It's like, I couldn't believe I've got a couple of my males that, I just think, okay, well, he's not going to need a bigger enclosure then, because if you do, he's just going to wander. And if you get a female for it, you don't want them doing that. That's one of the reasons. I mean, I was surprised. I was actually thinking that I would get a little bit of maybe a few comments about the male enclosures that I put those Avics into. Because I don't know if you spotted the size of the enclosures for the actual males.
But they say they don't need that much room anyway, because they just fit there.
No, exactly. I mean, they're not gonna. They have got space, but they definitely, when they stretch out fully and they lay their legs out like a pokey, they are
Yeah.
the entire width of that enclosure.
Yeah.
But they've still got the room that way as well.
Up
So
and down, yeah.
it's not like they're sitting there it's not like they're a 6'4", 16-stone dude trying to fit into a Mini Cooper, you know. But they're a little bit smaller than I would probably want to have them in if I was just going to have them as males that are just pets.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the Avic, the Avic that I've got, it will tend to sort of stay in one place for a while, then move to another one, stay there for a while.
Well, when I moved my female into that 20 by 20 by 30, loads of people said that's massively overkill. It would be quite happy still in its 15 by 15 by 20, but it uses the space. It's always in a different part of it, but it doesn't tend to be on the move much.
They don't.
Oh, there you go.
Like a little thing back so
Someone's
big.
going to bring you a nice present.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm intrigued to know what that's going to be.
Yes.
Well, if all things are going right, I might be going for that too. If I'm not going with one person, I might be going with another. So
Osmond's been excited way before Christmas for BTS. Because the original plan was going to get Dave to send stuff to me and I'll bring it along to BTS. And it's like, so now it's gone to Steve. And there's probably going to be more stuff that will go Steve, or even to me still. It's great.
BTS is going to be good, though. I mean, there's going to be so many people there. It'd be good if you got there, Jackie. That'd be cool.
I hope so. See how it goes. Because I know at one point I'm meant to be going on a paranormal investigation at a prison. I'm like, yes. Sorry.
BTS, what we'll do with BTS as well is I'll try and get we're waiting for Luke. I'll try and catch up with Luke again because he was going to get on to the organisers to ask about the hotels because they've got one of the hotels booked out. So there's no spaces on that hotel's website because there's about 50 reserved for the BTS people.
Right, okay.
So
really?
they're going to release them. It's mentioned on the BTS website.
Yeah.
But so hopefully when that gets announced when they're going to get released, we can snap one of those up because that's more in the centre of Leamington Spa. So, but there's another one out on the motorway that's still probably about 60 quid for me and Victoria to stay there the night before. But then we can drive in and get sort of meet up with everybody in town because if I have Victoria's, they don't need to drink a lot. So it's
no.
Yeah.
Calcody's Flagstaff blonde and a Calcody's Pisoni.
What the? Bloody hell. I tell you, Osman's going to be going home with his fucking car. It's going to be bulged out, like top to bottom with bloody.
He's got that. He's got the van, hasn't he? He's got the Caddy, the Volkswagen Caddy, and he's going to have to leave that there and buy himself a.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping he just gets a green flag from customs and just goes right through.
They're like, yeah, we're going to check them. Like, you bloody check them then. If you get bit, don't blame me.
I'm just bringing dirt samples back. That's all I'm bringing back. Yeah, dirt samples.
And those are just hairy pipe cleaners.
That's just a brown rock.
Yeah.
He'll have to get his HGV license to go home with all the stuff he's getting. That's what he'll have to do. He's going to go back with a 40-foot lorry. At least if you had a 40-foot lorry, it probably wouldn't get stopped at customs because none of them get stopped coming in and out, do they? Most of the time, the amount of stuff that comes in.
Dave's video for Scott made me crack up.
Oh yeah, he was so funny when he did that video. He's like, you could tell straight away that was his lorry in the background, and he's just basically pulled up, hasn't he? He's found a good lay-by, and he's thought, right, I'm going to go and have a hunt for some moss and some wood and all that.
Some moss and bark.
Yeah, I felt really, really awful for like a couple of the people. Like Amy had sent me a video straight away, and because it was one of the older ones, when I sort of left it on my phone, and then when I went through and downloaded everyone else's that sent it to me over the weekend, they were all in a batch, and there was about 20 photos between Amy's video and all the other videos, so I completely missed that. And then Diana's one was she sent it to me, and I had it saved in a different part on my phone. And I don't know why that didn't get downloaded. But when I went into the edit thing, I was so conscious about missing people that I went back into the edit software that I've got, and I was like making sure the videos all had ticks next to them to say they were in the footage timeline, but they weren't even downloaded to my PC. And then Joff obviously messaged Scott and was like, "Well, he didn't even bloody ask me."
Oh no!
Oh, but yeah, it was. I was pleased with the way it came out.
No, I mean, mammoth job.
Yeah, I was well pleased with the way it came out. I didn't realise. I mean, 7.5 minutes it ended up turning out to be. And I was trying to make it like a short, quick video, and it was just
like saying if you got hold of everyone who knew Scott, who wish him well,
you'd still be there now
for hours.
yeah, exactly. But it was, I was well happy with it, and it was sort of like,
I mean, it perked him up now, and so that's good.
Well, that's the thing.
Vale says stopping to say hello.
Hey. Yeah, I would. I'd definitely say that. And I know he's listening. I know he's in chat. That's the reason why I wanted to do that type of video for Scott, because I knew that's the sort of thing that he appreciates over things like, oh, I've got a mug for you, or this, that, and the other. Those sort of videos where he knows that someone's put the effort and time into it, and everyone else has put effort and time into it to do that sort of thing. It means a lot to him. So, yeah, I'm glad it cheered him up. That's for sure. Had the desired effect. Yeah, I'm good, Scott. I'm glad, mate. I'm glad. Wouldn't do it any other way. But yeah, that was cool. That's cool. Oh, right. What am I going to do? I think I'm.
Hide and fling. Sorry.
I might do. I've got tomorrow and Friday off, so I'm not going to be working tomorrow and Friday.
Well, then do some videos, and they can be for ahead of time.
I do have. I've got. Obviously, that was part one of my rehousings. I've got part two to do. Luckily, half of the killer brachis that I thought needed rehousing don't need it, so I haven't got to worry about them. But I do have to rehouse my mantis. My mantis that Mark actually gifted me, the ghost.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but a ghost one. Mine's a bloody awkward little sod. They don't bloody eat. Mine doesn't eat that well. It eats, and then it doesn't eat, and then it eats, and then it can't be out.
It's huge.
He needs to come out of there, and he's coming out of there tomorrow. So he's going to end up going into his. He's got a 10 by 10 by 15 to go into, and he'll come out straight onto the desk and sit there and just be on the desk and have a wander around while he's eating his mealworm or whatever while I set the enclosure up. So I'll film him doing that, and then I do have to move my Vietnam blue and my electric blue. They're the ones I do have to move. And I've also got, what else have I got? My Gigas, my H Gigas sling needs to come out. That's unfortunately outgrown its file as well. So I've got some fun ones to do this week.
You know what? My H Gigas actually went pretty well. I was actually quite surprised. I was like, what the heck? I mean, both of them have been pretty good. So
yeah, the big one actually that I got off, obviously that was on a video, wasn't it, a little while ago? The big one I got gifted. That one actually went really, really well. I was expecting some kickback from it, and it was fine.
They're great.
But the little one, it's very inquisitive. But at that size, I mean, it doesn't matter even if it went on my head. What's it going to do? You know.
Yeah, they do. Because especially you open the lid and you're ready to do the water, and you see a set of legs, and you're like, oh, I wonder what you want.
It moves so slowly. It really does
but
move.
Then when they grab the food, though, you put the food, and they're like,
yeah.
Did that go?
But I'd rather rehouse that than rehouse my elegans. My elegans just gives me just a nightmare. It's just so bloody fast, and it's got no chill factor at all. It's just constant high speed. Doesn't move anywhere slowly. As soon as you touch the enclosure. I've also, what else have I got to rehouse? I've got a curly hair train to move. So I've got my big one that needs to go up one. And then I've got the slightly smaller one needs to go up into that enclosure. The one that's slightly smaller needs to go up into that enclosure. It's like moving up houses on those four. I've got 4 of them to do. I was actually going to make that like a curly video, just have 4 of my curly hairs all moving up into the previous one's enclosure, basically. Because there is that thought that sometimes, you know, if you leave the enclosures set up but you remove the webbing, they sort of have a little bit of time to sort of seek out and figure out whether it's safe or not. It can be a good thing and a bad thing from what I understand, depending on the spider. Phil was talking about it a little bit, I think. We were talking about sort of like whether or not it's it can be a good thing or a bad thing for them sometimes to have a little bit of some other spider there before. Because in the wild, sometimes they'll make burrows in.
You don't really think of that, do you? Because you just clean it all out and you think, well, what happens to this, that, and the other? But you don't realise.
I've got two that I got from the same seller as sort of grown on slings. So they've grown a lot now, but one will tend to live under the dirt and the other one lives on the dirt. So it's a complete different.
Yeah, they do. It's very different. But we've got those ones to do. So I'll do a curly video. I think they're going to get a dedicated video, to be honest with you. But I can do. The good thing is, I did get for my birthday, I got another hard drive. So I've now got another 2 terabytes.
All right, that's cool.
Whereas
fill that up then, can't you?
The day before my birthday, I just deleted 300 gigs worth of footage, so I could actually get some video out.
USB sticks.
But I do an awful lot of filming that I sort of then think I put it into these folders and I think I'll use that at some point in the future. I've got loads of that footage where I can then go, right, I'm doing a video on this, and then I can use all the footage that I've had before where I haven't got to worry about sort of filming on the day of it. And yeah, you're probably right, Scott. Like, it's a weird one. There's I think if you clear the webbing out, but the substrate, I don't know. To be fair with me, I'd probably end up just cleaning all the enclosures out and doing it, to be honest.
I mean, you're very self-conscious because then you find out when there's things like, mites and all the rest of it. You just want to, because obviously you don't want that in your collection. So you're a bit like, if I leave it, then they do it in the wild. But then in the wild, that's why sometimes they don't live as long, because
maybe
captivity, they live longer because they're getting cleaned out and we're making sure what they eat. And
it's really weird though, because I had my Vargans molted. The one I put it up on TikTok, and people were saying, "What's all the white things in there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't put springtails in with that one, that's for sure." So I've had a proper look in there. But when you realise the spider's like this big, and then I've zoomed right in on it, and then you're seeing these tiny little white things move. But when you look at the soil, you can't see sod all, and you're always going to have little tiny grain mites and things in soil. That's just a thing. You're always going to see these things. It's not like they're overrunning or disturbing the spider.
No.
They might even be springtails in them. You never know. Because once you get springtails in one enclosure, they're all stacked up. They just move into another.
I like that element of watching a time lapse, and you just watch the springtails hacking it around. It's
yeah. People were sort of saying, "Oh God, why have you got all these mites? Why have you got all these mites?" Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, you don't normally see them moving around that fast. So,
like us moving into a new home that stinks of someone else. Yeah, you get that.
Yeah. No, you just throw some bloody deodorant at them like, "Oh, you dirty git."
Not had any mold outbreaks recently. I've changed soil in one of the cowcodies. That was getting too much. I had to take out about half of the soil.
Yep.
Just to ensure that it was not going to stay in there. And I took the cork bark out as well. I was watching Andy Spiders recently. And the video where he had replaced the soil but put the wood back, and even though he had washed
and it's still under the soil, because it's still in the wood, isn't it?
Still got the mold come back. So I was a bit miffed about that.
Oh, don't. So I was showing Jackie earlier. I'll put myself on big screen a second. So the one enclosure that is the bane of my life.
Oh, right. Okay.
And even though it looks like the soil's dry here and wet here, it's actually two different parts of soil, because I'm trying to see whether the different soil mode are different. Now, this was all cocoa fibre all the way out the front, and the cocoa fibre is now gone from the front. And this is actually just spider life and topsoil at the front now. But this mould outbreak here, but this enclosure is dry as a bone. Even this stuff here is dry. But this is my RCF OBT. So I'm not too excited about replacing all that.
Through okay, mine comes out. My mold was more sort of yellow little eggy things.
This is
I've
weird.
had one.
They are like little tiny egg things. Yeah, they are
like little bubbles, aren't they? If you go really, really close, you just see them, don't you?
But
like little tiny bubbles, yeah.
So I've got that one, and the trouble is you put springtails in there, and it makes no difference because the soil's dry, so the springtails just die anyway, or they all dive straight into the water bowl, and that's where they
Have
stay.
a party in there. Yeah.
They don't go and do their
Throw them
job.
out of the water while it's sorted. He'd be like, "Wee!" It's like, get out of there.
Yeah, the airflow, put the holes in the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that as well, because I saw that after your video, to be honest, Scott. But I've also got the other one that's got a mold outbreak that is a little bit annoying, but it's actually a good thing because I need to redo their enclosure anyway. Is my female agen. She's in a 15 by 15 by 15, but she could probably do with going into a 20 by 20 by 20. So she's going to get rehoused, but she's she's got underneath the cork bark and all underneath the water bowl, and it's just as soon as you try and put anything in there to scoop the thing out, she attacks whatever you go in there with. So I haven't even
I think mine's a dude because I went in and looked, and it's like, well, it's not eating, and then it's in all the web at the side like that. I thought, I know, I'll wipe it all away, see what happens. Wiped it all away, and I looked at it last night. I was like, it's back again. That's got to be a dude. I've not seen anything on it. I can't be looking close enough, but I swear that's a dude.
My LP's molt is right down the bottom of its hide, so it sits in front. So there's no way I'm going in there to get that out. I'll wait until it posts it out the front and it's had enough.
Did you see what I said about the king baboon that I've got? So my king baboon molted over the week, last week, and it was a brilliant molt. Looking at the actual molt in its tunnel, it was like you could see it at the side of the enclosure, and it was just this bright orange, beautiful legs, everything perfect. And I was like, I've got no way of getting to where it is because it's in a 15 by 15 by 20, and from the top, it's holes over here, and then its tunnel goes all the way around and around to there. And the molt was down here on the side. And next day I went there, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's still there, brilliant. Day after that I went there, and I'm like, I swear it molted, or did I just dream it? Because there's no molt there at all. And I was looking all round with the torch trying to see if I could see where the molt had gone. No, what it's done is I looked up at the roof of its tunnels, and it's basically got all this webbing up there, and it's got a little bit of leg sticking out here, a little bit of carapace here, and it's just shredded the whole thing through its enclosure and put it into the webbing.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
My young juvie havoc do that as well. It had completely decimated the site. It dismembered.
Sometimes go crazy for it, don't they? Absolutely crazy. The only other one that I've got a bit of mould in at the moment, which I'm not too bothered about because it's in the sphagnum moss, and I'll be rehousing that one soon as well, is my Pantherbetus macala. That one's got a little bit as well, but that's probably my fault because I probably made it a little bit too humid, to be fair. But apart from that, they're all okay.
Yeah, Rosie, I had a second Chalcodes that had less mould in it. So what I've done with that is just use the paintbrush and
just mix it around like you guys.
Yeah, it's just really annoying, isn't it? When you get an outbreak and then it's just like trying to sort it out again. And it's what's really weird is you can have two enclosures that set up exactly the same soil, same airflow, same holes, and then you get massive outbreak in one and not in the other.
Yep.
Well, I think with that one, I'd had it before and completely stripped it, bleached it down, alcoholed it down, rinsed it with water, and then set it up again, and then still same outbreak. Yeah.
Sometimes it could be the positioning of where it is. It might not be actually the enclosure.
I'm worried too that actually
you don't know what the flow is in that particular area, because that's why in one place of the room could be one temperature. You move across higher or lower or another part. Again,
there's always a danger that actually the tarantula that you've taken out is carrying a few spores. So as soon as you put it back in, that's it. Just kicks it off again.
And the trouble is with
airflow, you've got to hose them down. That's it.
That's it, yeah,
you start talking about airflow, and it's a massive topic as well, because this is where someone like Custom Aquaria will just have Matthew at Custom Aquaria will have a massive conversation with you about it, because when you're talking about the Avics and the Verses, and they're saying, you need a lot of airflow, you need a lot of airflow, you need a lot of ventilation. And it's like he comes out with the point and says, if the air's not moving in your room, there's no airflow anywhere, because if the air's just sitting in your room, you've got no window open, you've got no door, there's no fan. I know when you're sitting in a room and you're moving around, you're creating airflow, but you have to do that constantly. Doesn't matter how many holes you've got in something. If you're not moving, nothing moves. Obviously, you do get some movement with temperatures rising and fresh air getting pulled in, but that's very, very minimal in a room that's
Yeah, and like what we do, we put our enclosures next to each other, or we put them in a catch unit, and you've just blocked off half the potential.
You just need. I mean, I do open the window every now and then and have it go straight through the door so that the air flows through, but it doesn't ever go into that corner. It just drags the air through the room, you know. Speak of the devil.
Is he in?
No. Yes,
Hi, Simon.
Yes.
Mantis Garden, yeah. Simon. Hi, Simon.
He's I did like the video you did recently, Simon, with Jackie on there. Well, I say like the video with Jackie on there, but it was a good video. Shame you lost all your own footage.
I was in it. Bugger, Simon. No, it smells. Yeah, speak of the devil.
We were just chatting about you earlier, mate.
Yeah, saying how much of a pain in the arse you are.
Saying about like people losing footage, what are they like, you know? Having to rely on other people to create your channel content for you.
Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a good video though. Right, we're what time is it? 2.5 hours been going.
2.5 hours, haven't you?
Well, you're not going to work tomorrow anyway. You've got nothing else better to do.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just looking at the time. You know.
Exactly.
So what are we discussing? So what projects have you got going on, Jackie? Are you doing anything? Are you going to have anything exciting coming up?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I've got this ghost hunt that I can't wait. But it's in Derby jail, so.
What is that? Is that an old shut down prison?
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind going. I've only been to like a smallish jail, but it was down at a port in, was it Harwich? I went down. I've been there twice actually. And that was pretty good.
That's not far from me, Harwich.
Yeah, it's nice down there. I like it. Been there twice now. Just walking. I just like bugger you. It's like I'm walking around on my own. I did.
There's a lot of good stuff around Harwich Way, but it's not the cheapest place in the world.
No, but it's nice though, and it's, you know, some areas I just like going visiting, and then you go back home and you're like, oh for fuck's sake, I'm back here again. But as well, I like getting to meet up with people that I know and that I'm friends with anyway, so it's all cool. And because I talk on this side. If he goes on about me talking, I'm gonna beat him up. Because I know he already moaned at me, says you talk too much. It's like, no, you talk too much.
That's all right. We'll sit here and listen. It's fine.
Yeah, we're also known as Mark and Victoria. So, but Victoria's in bed.
The Osman made a good point there. He's saying about the airflow, talking about it, Paul, and it's the only reason why when I moved my Avics, I had these lovely exos set up for them, and in the end, I decided to put them into the acrylic ones because they'd had all the holes on the ones before. I didn't want to then just change the way that they had the holes on the side to go into a glass enclosure because I didn't want to sort of tempt fate. Even though they'd have probably been absolutely perfectly fine in the exos, I thought I'll put them in the acrylics with the drilled holes all through the sides and the front and everything. Because I do drill all my own holes in those Mantis Den enclosures and Spider Shop enclosures before I build them.
Yeah, I had a feeling because you can tell, and then you see one with the holes completely different. It's like he's done that himself.
Yeah, I do try and get them all exactly square, but it's never.
I know, I've noticed because I think you've said you have to get them exactly all size.
You give them all of that, but then this one's only using the top 5 centimeters.
Yeah, it's funny that because when they were little, my Avics, they just stayed at the top. They just did not move. But now I moved them to a slightly bigger. They barely are. Oh, cool. Yeah, they do that, don't they?
Yeah, beautiful. That's exactly very, very similar to the size. And tell you what, it's a nice size one there, Mark, as well.
Yeah, the one in the bathroom is a lot larger.
Is that?
This is a little GB. That's only a 12 by 12 by 20. So I can go and get the bathroom one.
Cool. Yes, we were talking about mould and all the rest of the malarkey because some of it can be an absolute ball ache. Getting mouldish. That's it though.
Yeah.
But the port bark. Every now and again, I'll just think it's that infected. I'll think, bye, you're going in the bin. Oh, cool. Let's see. Can't wait to see. Can't wait to see. Oh, cool. I can see it. Nice.
Well, you talk about cross ventilation and things like that, and it's like if the airflow is not moving, then you're not going to have the cross ventilation. And
That's going to be an advantage of me moving out in the room, because some idiot that I live with, when I told you about that roof, he thought he could sort it himself, and he thought, I know, I'll put this paint on that's meant to be waterproof. But is that terrible? He got it all over around the bloody window ledge and everything. And we left it for a few days. It's in the creature room. Left it for a few days. Touched it and I thought, yeah, this is dry. Window got closed. Come to open the window. It's like, this window won't open. Why won't this? Well, this is his fault. He got it all around the bloody finger of the window. But obviously it had dried, but it had shut and it had jammed shut. So once we swap rooms, I'm going downstairs where a window opens.
Yeah.
The guy's downstairs, he's going in a window that doesn't open until he buys new windows, because he said he's going to buy windows. But I'm not bloody waiting any longer. I'm going in a bigger room so I can open the windows.
Talking about the ventilation side of things, it's like when you look at is it Christoph with Tarantula rooms? None of his enclosures have any ventilation really on the sides at all. It's just got the little bit at the top.
Ah, yeah, cool. But then we don't know what his room's like and all the rest of the malarkey.
Yeah, see, we were talking, Simon, about one of my ones with. My it's the driest enclosure I've got. It's my OBT, and it's dry as a bone in there. But I just need to.
2 different types of soil, didn't you say?
Yeah.
Here he comes.
What we got now? Let's have a.
It's the male Chalcodes.
Is that the one with the green top, the lid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got me female LP in. It's in one of them. It's that the big one, the biggest one. So I got her in it. But even though I've redone her tank twice, she's flattened it all again. I'm like, no, I'm not sorting your tank again. You can piss off. You've done that. She even had a little hide to go in. No, I filled it all in with soil. I was like, fine, okay. You don't need to go in it then.
Where's he going?
Oh, do you know what? I've got no idea what I'm doing with these controls here. There we go. Put Mark back on big screen. It's just easier.
The bloody hell are you doing?
Oh, nice.
Have a little look.
That is one bum, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it has. Been one pissed off spider, or like that, or it's been lying its tripwire mats with its hair that they normally do.
Is that the male one?
That's the male. Yeah, it's very leggy, very small butt compared to the female thing coming up there.
Yeah, they usually have just like long, thin legs, don't they, the males?
Yeah, he's just down the bottom corner. There you go. See him.
Oh, yeah, I can see him. Yeah, he's coming. He's coming.
He's coming out for a walk.
Yeah, he's like, woohoo, I'm going to wave to you now.
Yeah, he's not shy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. The female, sometimes I did take a picture of me. It's got to be female. Oh, what the fudge? Curly hair. So I got a picture because I can't remember what I was doing in her tank. I was doing something in her tank and she just stood right on the corner on the top, just stood there. That was it, didn't move. Well, I think I thought that was it, putting water in. And obviously sometimes they'll decide, I know, I'm coming out of the tank now.
Okay.
Do you know what?
There's his girlfriend.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow, she's big.
She is. That's cool. I do love the colours on them.
They're absolutely gorgeous spiders, aren't they?
No, that's why that's Mark's favourite.
Oh, look at that. How's the Vidisi getting on?
Sorry,
the Vidisi, the one that I gave to you.
Oh, the little one. Yeah, he's good.
At Brighton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is because these
Chalcodes doesn't go for a walk anywhere because he's just left the lid off there. I know he did. Walked off. It's like, yeah, it obviously stays there.
Oh, nice.
This one, Verdazi from Tarantula.Rookie.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Oh,
when they get older, when they grow up, they actually end up looking a little bit, don't they? Like the
He moves around a lot, but he doesn't necessarily bolt out. I don't know whether we'll see him on there.
oh, he does look like a lap in his tub.
Here he is.
You. What's he put?
Oh, yeah.
I almost shat myself when I found out
That's the
you were
raisin
over
button,
10
isn't it?
years younger than me.
He's got quite a shiny butt. Might be due to
Yeah.
malt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Simon, you're ancient.
I want to know: is he talking about me or is he talking about Scott? Because I can understand if he's talking about Scott. He's had a hard life.
I think he's on about, I don't know.
Well,
How
he's
old are
probably on
you,
about,
really?
unless he's being extremely rude, because he's talking about beards adding time to your life. So he can't be talking about you, Jackie.
Shut up, you.
It's not female coyotes, no.
No. How old are you again, Matt? Besides being about nearly 80, but
47.
yeah, because
Whippersnapper,
there's
isn't he?
about nearly 10 years between you and, yeah.
I can't believe me and Craig are like literally days apart, like exactly the same. It's just like, yeah.
Days apart. Bloody hell.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Right, I need to figure out how to do this because I can never get this right. How do I swap me from being on big screen to someone else on big screen? How do you do that on here?
Something to do with the squares. It tells you there's little illustrations, isn't there? On the actual StreamYard. So I can't tell without doing it myself because it was one of my friends.
I've never seen a stream where someone gets it right first time.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how you rotate through it because I don't know whether you... whether I have to click
It is actually, it is. Yeah, I'm sure. Who the hell showed me? I know two people showed me actually.
Click your face, hold it, then swap. Oh, right.
There you go. Who said that?
Ah, thank you, Scotty boy.
Got it now.
There we go, look at that. Oh, that makes sense. That's perfect. Right,
What,
okay.
you drag and drop it? Or...
Yeah. So you drag and drop. That's... Thank you, Scott. There we go. Oh, look, I'm down the bottom now.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know what you mean now.
Two important people up top. See? We need... This is when you call tech support and Scott shows up.
Isn't it?
What is the world come to?
It's quite, when you get used to doing it and navigating across with it, you get used to it. It's just, it doesn't help when you update it. You sit there and you're like, why did you do this? I was only getting used to it.
I'll definitely considering going for the paid monthly version of this at some point. But at the moment we're doing one. Well, I say one a month. This is obviously my
second.
Bit.
Oh yeah, because you're doing one next week, aren't you? So we'll be second in this month. Yeah.
Yeah. I know with the free one, I'll have to be sort of careful of how many hours we do, but
sometimes you can go slightly over and get away with it while you're still on that stream. I do know that because I think it's some 20 hours or I don't know, or 15 hours. What's he bugging going on about now? You wanted Mark and Jackie on top. Do you want to get knocked out, Scott?
I thought it was more along the lines of standing on the shoulders of giants.
Something like that. So is this prison that you're looking at going to, the jail you're looking at going to for this thing, is it a disused one now? Is it like an old...
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, disused one. Otherwise, anybody that was annoying me, funny enough, I know another Simon, and he gets picked on a lot as well. So I think it's just the people called Simon get picked on a lot. He deserves it though. When it was his birthday last year, I bought him a birthday card and it didn't say Audi on it, it said Oldie on it. And I was just like, there you go, there's your card.
There's always a lot of controversy over Reading Prison because we had, who was the famous guy who was kept there? The writer, poet.
Not sure. I live right next to what used to be. I don't even know if it's open anymore. But it used to be the big female women.
Holloway.
No, not that one. The Bulwood Hall prison.
Oh right.
But that was
Oscar Wilde. That was it. Oscar Wilde.
It had the lady. Do you remember the very first road rage case where that woman just absolutely like killed her other half while they were driving along the road. It was like they said it was a road rage incident. It was actually her. She was in the place. That was a massive thing back in the early 90s, like one of the first ever.
When you attack some other vehicle, not someone in your same vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
Bit of a weird one. But yeah, we used to have that prison right next to us. That's where I go and collect all the bramble and stuff from, like just outside the prison gates.
You're like, woohoo! It's like,
I don't think it's a prison. I can't even think it's a prison anymore. If it's just like a place for like people who are going to sort of be processed for asylum and stuff like that now. Like they have it as sort of like accommodation for people now. I'm not sure. Not sure what they do over there. That's just up the road from me. But I know that Emma knows the place that's quite near me because it was we've got the big military prison right up in Colchester way near me that I know Emma knows about.
oh yeah, because she were in the army, weren't she? So yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in the army. My dad was in the army.
All right.
But that was
Yeah, my dad wasn't in the army. He was in the TA, but my granddad was in the Navy. But
the toy that we always called the TA the Toya.
yeah, my dad was a driver. He was called up a few times, like for other stuff and everything, because he was just he was one of the drivers. He used to drive all the big like artillery lorries and stuff around.
So I don't even talk to my dad anymore because he's an ass.
There you go. Simon's asking you a question. What's this about you buying a scorpion and isopods?
Yeah, I bought them. Well, I had to.
Was this from Jeremy?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. What did I buy off him? I bought some isopods. I bought some orange springtails off him, and I bought 2 scorpions off him. So now I'm up to 5 scorpions. Woo!
What scorpions do you get?
The wood ones. The ones that,
right.
yeah.
The dwarf ones.
I think the other one I've got, because I looked at the name, because sometimes I can't, me memory is shite. And I usually put them in my phone. And obviously my phone. And I looked and I'm like, I swear I've got them.
No. I had 2 of the dwarf wood scorpions from Leah at Brighton, and unfortunately both of them passed away. They seem to be like some people really struggle with them when they're tiny little scorpions. Unfortunately one of mine was doing okay, and then I put a video up of one of it because I thought it had molted, and then I couldn't find the scorpion anywhere. And then when I had a proper close
I remember
look,
that one. Yeah.
It's weird. But they're lovely little things, and they do, because they're parthenogenetic, aren't they? They're sort of But well, maybe I'll have another go at them at some point down the road. But at the
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'll have a go at it because the 2 Asian forest scorpions that I've got, I think they're Malaysian, they're doing all right, and I thought, nah, I'm not doing anything special, and they seem to be all right. I just put the food in there, and yeah.
You got any scorpions, Mark?
No, not something I'm sort of leaning towards at the moment. One thing that we saw at Seas, though, that was quite interesting was, right at the back in the 3rd hall with the big hall, there was, on the left side, there was the stick insects.
Yep.
I've seen those because I've chatted to them pretty much since BTS. I've seen them at every show, and they recognise that we're sort of there as well. So I was chatting to them a bit more, and Victoria was seeing the stick insects and was actually quite interested in reaching out and touching the stick insects. So that might be something that we look at next. But the largest,
she wouldn't try and grab them or anything. She would just want to touch them. Is that it? She would know not to.
Yeah, she would know not to sort of grab and squeeze them. She tends not. She's done that with baby chicks before. She's not sort of squash them, whereas you think, oh, they're very delicate, don't go near them. But then actually she surprises you in that she is gentle in that regard. So by having a few mantids, they're easier to get out and sort of put on your hand and show to her, so she'll sort of see them moving and take an interest in them more than she does the spiders. I think Matt froze there, didn't he? So I think he's just rethinking.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, go on.
So where Victoria's shown some interest in the movements of mantids, and we'll focus on them for a while. I think the stick insects will larger stick insects will probably do the same thing for her as well. So we might look at that. So I keep the mantids in her room, and then the spiders are in the lounge here.
So, is she? Does she have any movement in her legs or anything, or what?
Yeah, she can walk assisted, and she wears splints to give her that stability. So she's had 2 operations in her life. So in her early teens, she had some plates put in on the bones in the lower legs, just above and below the knee, to kind of stop the rotation that was causing the valgus stance, sort of supporting her own weight. She gets heavier and bigger. So that
bigger. She's only a thin lady.
She's still. I mean, 22 now, but when she sat, you don't tend to see her so much. So then later, she then had her Achilles tendons adjusted to stop the feet turning in. So that helped a little bit as well, but it's still not enough.
Because I remember my eldest daughter, she had like talipes when she was born. Both her feet were like crossed over and turned right in. So, but she had like splints, but it's not nice. So
no, yeah, one of my best friends had that when he was born as well, and had the clampons and things to correct things when you're young. But at least if it's all done when they're younger like that, then that's fine.
Yeah, because the bones are still just forming while they're, obviously getting older. That's why they always gone about wearing the correct footwear and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Hello again.
Hello.
Yeah, you just bugged off and left us. It was like, hang on a minute, this is my free.
I've just proved one thing though, that the unbreakable internet is breakable. I've got the router, and I've also got the 4G router, so that if one goes out, the other one kicks in, and it obviously didn't.
No, it didn't.
The most annoying part about when that went just then, my female Avic, as my internet disappeared, I thought I had a leak coming through my roof because the dripping noise. My female Avic just literally bashed the shit out the side of the enclosure, drumming.
Oh, that's good.
She's going again.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, mate, I'm going to move my camera up there.
Camera over there.
Somebody's more excited. He's really excited now. No way, it's working.
She was proper drumming. She attacked. She was like it was like some sort of like heavy metal double bass pedal going.
You put music to it later, like come on.
Unfortunately, I couldn't record it quick enough. I was gutted. But she's coming out. She's ready.
She's realised that you've put one male between 2 females, so she's getting first dibs. Yeah, there she goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I could see it. That is brilliant. Oh my God, it's only been not long. You put them next to each other and it's working. That's awesome.
Oh wow, how exciting is that?
Somebody's pleased, isn't it?
That's it.
It works. Awesome. Yes.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I couldn't believe it. I was trying to get my phone out and stuff, but I was trying to do it. But that's like, wow.
That's brilliant.
She went for that. That's for sure.
So they're up for it. Yes.
He didn't seem to be very receptive though. She's got to like put him in.
I'll be there. Come on, you boy. Come on. She's up for it. That's awesome.
I can't be putting him in after midnight.
No, that'd be just stupid o'clock. Matt, be on bloody WhatsApp. Well, hang on a minute. I'm absolutely shattered now.
Oh, mate.
Oh dear.
That was quality. That was quality. Unfortunately, because I was trying to change, because I'm on mobile hotspot at the moment on my phone, so I was trying to like record it on video, but I missed it.
Have you got a little bit there? You could make a quick TikTok out of what you've captured.
Yeah, you can now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, you could do TikTok out of that now. Somebody's going to get laid tonight. Yeah. Well, it depends on the dude if he's up for it. Because, like you said, you've got to find out whether he's done sperm webs and all the rest of it. So.
Oh no! Actually, I'm going to bring him close to the screen because you can see his pedipalps look loaded. To be fair.
Ah, right. Yeah, they could be full, couldn't they? You could be ready to do the thing. Oh, you have to put it on big screen, won't you? Look.
Let's go there. They do look quite chunky, don't they?
Yeah, they do a bit. Yeah, because usually look, yeah.
Yeah, a little hard to tell. But
Yeah, sometimes you can tell more on the side on, not on front, that way on. Sometimes you can look on the sides and you can see.
Trying to get a decent camera.
Oh,
Give me...
Hang on a minute, because somebody decided. You spanner and a half. Right, that can go. Right, back in. No, I don't want to hear. Go away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see him a bit better now. Cool.
Yeah, you can see there when it reflects on a cork mark, that front one, it looks...
Oh, yeah, they do look big. Definitely. Cool.
Sexy time.
No, I don't.
That didn't take long for her to sense him, though, did it?
No, it didn't. Did not at all. That's pretty awesome, that.
He's not. He's definitely not bigger than that.
Hang on.
Time is 1 a.m.
I don't care what time it is. Bugger off.
I'll tell you what, Osman, he's definitely leggier. He's definitely leggier than her, but her body is much, much fatter than his, that's for sure.
Well, at least she's not going to be, hopefully, not munching him, so be sorted.
I'm gonna deny her tonight. I'm gonna give her a meal before I go to bed so that she's got some food, and then I'll give him a pairing tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, cool.
Exciting times.
Woohoo!
Well, I'm going to turn in because I've got work tomorrow. Didn't realise it's just been slipping away, isn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why I keep looking at my watch. My watch is dead. I've got no power.
Oh, my days. Yeah, you're losing it now. You definitely lost it.
I'll tell you what, that was an unsuspected thing. The way that she literally started drumming, I did not even know that was going to be that loud.
Well, there you go. Cool.
Oh, she's going again. She's going again.
Yeah, we can see it from here. Yeah.
Don't move her. Leave her. Leave her there. Do not move her. He moves her. We'll give him a thick ear.
Oh, no, I was just recording it. I was just recording it.
Good. Yeah, record it. And record it again when you're off air. And get it ready for...
Yeah, hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael. You're just missing all the fun at the moment, right?
Yeah, we're going in. He's going in a sec because Mark's got bed and Matt's got exciting times.
Oh...
Well, not for him, but to watch.
Oh, well, yeah. It's been good to have a little random chat tonight, and always good to end on a high note with that going on.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You missed all the foreplay. Yeah, definitely missed all the
following
foreplay.
that in the WhatsApp group tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be just completely buzzing in WhatsApp.
I did get. For my birthday, one of the other things I got was my new little tripod thing, which is quite cool. So it's got all its metal arms and stuff, so I can actually have my camera mounted on top, and then I can have my two lights by the side of it, so I can get all that set up. That's quite cool.
Yeah, definitely. I could do that with me.
Did Connor get on okay with his pedal?
Yeah. He's tried it out, hasn't really had much time to it because the weird thing was it doesn't come with a mains power adapter. And so it's got batteries with it.
Yeah.
So he needs to get a mains power adapter because the batteries don't exactly last very long. And
What's it for?
Guitar pedal. Yeah. and he needs what else does he need? He needs another cable as well.
It's a specific thing, isn't it? Is that a 9
Yes,
volt?
I think it's a 9-volt one.
9 volt, 900 milliamps. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also got to get another guitar cable as well.
It was that one, wasn't it?
He's gone for the slightly smaller one. He's gone for but it's I think that's the reason why it doesn't come. You got the G3, didn't you? Yours is G3 yours?
Yeah, G3XN. So I think the N's just it's got the wire pedal on it.
Yeah, he's got the wire on it. He's just got the G1XR, whatever it was.
I think it's a G1, isn't it?
Yeah. It's good though. But yeah, if you haven't given the live a thumbs up before you go, it'd be appreciated. And then obviously we're live next week with
Wednesday.
8 o'clock. Yeah, maybe I'm not sure what we're doing next Wednesday, but maybe we'll have maybe I'll have already had some pairing beforehand, so we might be able to get some pairing actually on there. I won't be so nervous about doing it on live. We'll see.
Yeah, you can get it out of the way then, can't you?
But I think it's gonna be a open mic. I think I'm just gonna do an open mic next week, and we'll have a bit of random chat with various people and get everyone on screen and stuff like that, and watch me try and not let my tarantulas run off. Maybe.
That'll just be funny.
Well, anyway,
it's a bit weird that we're only 2 weeks away from Taunton, and the sort of same excitement for C's hasn't seemed to have kicked in yet.
we've had the first show of the year, haven't we? That's the thing.
Yeah, he's still coming down from that one.
Yeah, there's.
But I think come next week, people will start ramping up again.
Yeah, it'll be the week before when everyone's sort of getting round to getting that, and it will be good. There's going to be it definitely won't be as busy, and there's definitely a lot more room down at that show. But I think the buzz will be really good. So,
and Uncle Dave's got a table.
Oh, Dave's going to. I hope he's got some people helping him on his table because he's going
to get swamped, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's.
Well, we actually get to meet Camera Lady. Should have to help, wouldn't she?
Attend the shows, no.
She's been
remember.
Yeah, she has been. She's been to a few. I think she sort of follows him around at a bit of a distance. Anyway, right, guys, I'm going to shoot. So it's been excellent chatting to you two tonight. Thanks for coming up on screen.
Yep,
and everyone in chat, I really appreciate you coming in and giving a nice little sort of comments and a bit of a conversation we've had going. And we'll catch up with you again next week. See you later, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.